Cameras, bitches.
I don't have a webcam.
It's hot in my room and I'm shirtless.
Every time I try.
I don't have a webcam. I need to buy a webcam. I still haven't bought it.
Y'all gonna be boring.
I'm sorry, I don't have a webcam.
Real nasty.
But what I will
got
say
pissed off at
though,
my hair and had to put it
Yeah, it is.
back.
what I will say though is, fuck, I don't know what I was about to say. Fuck me. I had it right there on the tip of my tongue.
Got
Yeah. So is there gonna be some stuff we talked about, August?
Oh, don't you worry, there will be.
It is the only thing I live for right now.
All
I
right,
just need answers to what happened in Meeting of Worlds.
that'll happen next
I
week.
need-
All right.
I need
Guys,
answers.
I'm so sad for Keegan, because I hate that was his last session, and I don't hate it was his last session, but it's like he's gone, and that's partly why I've been mentally messed up, is the fact that he's getting ready to go.
Yeah, I mean,
and
like, he's your
everything.
brother, dude. Like, it's sad that you won't see him
Not
for a
only is
long
he my
time.
brother, this man is my twin,
Yeah.
and we've literally been.
Y'all really popped out your mom's pussy at the same time.
Oh,
You're really making your mom work overtime.
You know, me and Chris got birthdays. We were C-section babies. We had a release date. Thankfully.
We had a release. Oh,
Look,
that's
my
fucking great.
dad pre-ordered us. I'm sorry, he pre-ordered us 9 months in advance, and we came out 2 weeks early.
That's so funny. Well, I wish Keegan the best of luck. And I mean, me and him are gonna talk about what to do with Oz. And when he comes back, we'll get him back into. If Meeting of Worlds is still happening, we'll get him back in for the end of Meeting of
So
Worlds.
wait, you said it was Oz? I thought his character's name was Shmebulok.
It is Shmebulok, but I'm not calling him Shmebulok. I'm calling him Oz.
Calling him
Yeah, same.
Shmebulok.
Look, Shmebulok is like my favorite character from Gravity Falls.
Yeah,
And
well,
what pisses me off so much is the whole gnome inside of the Warforged thing was
Yeah.
my idea.
oh really?
He's
That's
literally gonna
great.
use it for his campaign, and I told him I'm gonna get, whenever you do your campaign, I'm gonna get ready to do it. And then I heard that he used the exact same idea for y'all. And I was like, bro, come on.
Man. Bro, we got beef now.
Yeah, it sucks because Oz actually had a pretty interesting backstory. So I'm gonna have to talk to Nex about what we want to do with him. See what we can do. But anyways, that's for Meeting of Worlds. This is Godblood. All right, let's begin. I think we should start. So, if you could all mute yourselves,
Okay.
and we'll get started with today's session. So, last session, a lot happened. So let's just go down the line. You were all at the church of the cultists that were performing experiments on people and turning them into those horrific monstrosities. You guys found out that the church were injecting people with these blood fusions, mixes of different types of blood, both non-magical and magical, to achieve some kind of ascension or evolution, or at least that's what you guys were reading in their notes. Lots of talk about evolution or gaining the next step in mortal life. Lots of weird cultist doomsday shit. You are all confronted by the Dragon Fang Mallory. And the leader of the cultists, a man named Zotar. And a bounty hunter. Mallory did his little tricksy magic shit and scattered you all to different parts of the church's building. And set up a bunch of traps, a bunch of ballistas to try and catch you guys out. However, through healing and dodging and just general awareness, you guys were able to dodge pretty much all of Mallory's traps and arrive at the blood stockpile, where the church was keeping all of their blood for these experiments. That is where Iker, with Penelope, found the section with the blood that was used on him. And in the very back of that section was a demon's blood named Sartosa. And Iker learned that he was the experiment, the guinea pig for the Sartosa blood infusion. And Sartosa's blood is now in Iker. And that is why he can do blood magic. But that's not all. The bounty hunter was hunting you guys. And Mallory reveals that he's looking for the gods' champions. That is Penelope, the god of fire, and Junifer, the god of the wilds. Or champions, God of Fire, God of the Wilds. Icar and the bounty hunter fought. Icar was protecting Penelope, and Icar went to unmask the bounty hunter, but before he could fully get the mask off, the bounty hunter did a infernal art and summoned a blood weapon. Now, obviously, you all know this is Lenore. Lenore had survived her battle with Lillian. She was able to stop the bleeding in her neck using her blood magic, and she was saved by the old man and the sirens. After that, she went into exile for a little bit, served as a bounty hunter, and basically seemed to want to rid herself of her past, cutting off her horns, denouncing her tiefling bloodline and her mother. But things aren't as easy as that, especially for someone like Lenore, when she was confronted by Mallory and basically blackmailed into working for Valteria once again, or the Valterians were going to kill Arya. And so Lenore, with Arya the only thing she has left, once more decided to work for Valteria, but after seeing Bon and a bit of conversing with him, she is going to try and stop living this life and actually be a free woman. But we'll see how that plays out. So that's the end of the recap. You all escaped the church. Mallory said what he is doing. He is hunting God champions. And he has planted a spy in your guys' party. And that spy, which was revealed, is Mari. But you guys don't know that yet, obviously. But there was that moment where Mallory was talking to Mari. So, you guys know, characters don't know. That being said, we have everything set up. You guys are basically trying to find out what to do next, where to go next. But before we do that, we're going to do a little bit of a cutscene because I got to have my cutscenes. All right. The scene opens up in the Valterian Palace, the Obsidian Palace. Deep below the Obsidian Palace, in these large dungeons, there is a large sacrificial room with large statues of Agaroth flanking the left and the right. His wings kind of drape over the entire room. And his eyes have little braziers in them, and they're burning this bright purple. In the middle of this sacrificial room, you can see a man chained to a large stone slab. It's kind of like a large rectangular slab that you can see he has like chains around him, and he's chained to it. This man has white hair, blue eyes, and is a half-elf. And you can see he looks pretty messed up. He looks pretty light, pretty skinny, and you can see he has the tattoos of what almost looks like to be little clouds on his forehead. As the door opens, this man slowly kind of jolts awake and looks at the door. A group of 6 Valterian elites walk in and flank both the left and the right side of the sacrificial room. And then Mallory walks in with Zotar. "I'm impressed, Zotar," Mallory says, looking at the captive half-elf. "Didn't think you and your cultists really had it in you. But you've brought me a god champion." Zotar nods. "Anything to continue the path of ascension, Lord Mallory. I hope that this will seal our partnership." Mallory nods. "I always had trust in you, Zotar, but now I have complete faith." Mallory walks up to this half-elf man and kind of gets a little low so he can see the half-elf man like eye to eye. "Hello. Your name must be Frederick." "I am Mallory. Have you heard of me?" Frederick looks up. "Yeah, I've heard of you Valterian scum. Didn't think I was going to be brought here after being kidnapped. Mallory stands up straight. Do you know why you're here, Frederick? Frederick just kind of looks down. Well, knowing you're Valterians, you're probably going to torture me for some kind of fucked up morale booster to your people. Knowing you dragon cultists. Mallory looks back. No, you're not going to be used for any morale boosting or any show of will or dominance. You, Frederick, are the champion of Asara. Am I right? Asara, god of the sky. Mallory looks at the clouds on Frederick's forehead, and Frederick just kind of looks a little off. I am? Mallory turns around and looks at Zotar, and you can see there's a large smile across Mallory's face. What do you think of the gods, Frederick? Particularly your god. Frederick has a little bit of a confused look on his face. Asara is a kind, free soul. She saved my life a year ago, and she's given me wonderful gifts to help the people I love. Ah, the gods are loving and caring. Is that what you believe? Mallory says. The gods failed us, Frederick. They plunged the world into chaos and war, and now, look what's left. A shell of Otax. Frederick looks down again. Frederick, I do not doubt your bond with your god, but unfortunately you mortals are no longer valid in having their powers. None of you are worthy of holding god powers anymore. You squander them every single time. Frederick looks up. And what gives you the right to decide who and who isn't supposed to be chosen by the gods? You're a Valterian cultist. You're a killer. Your people murder innocents. You have no right to speak. Mallory turns around and looks at Frederick dead in the eyes. Do you fear me? Mallory says. Frederick goes, what? Do you fear me, Frederick? I don't. Good. I want you to savor that confidence. It'll make it all the sweeter when I rip it from you. Mallory places his hand on Frederick's forehead, and you watch as the life, the might in his eyes seems to be sucked out into Mallory's hand. The soft kind of whitish light forming around Mallory's hand and going up, up, up into his arm before dissipating around his chest. You watch as Frederick's face becomes gaunt and skeletal, his body mass lowering more and more until he's almost a skeleton. After about a minute of excruciating pain coming from Frederick's mouth, Mallory takes his hand away, and Frederick's head kind of lobs down. He's barely breathing. Mallory stands up straight and takes a deep breath. I feel incredible, Mallory says as he turns around to Zotar. This is the power of the gods! And he looks up to one of the statues of Agaroth, and he punches in the air with his fist, and a large gust of air and wind smashes into Agaroth's statue, breaking the head off and having it crumble to the ground. This is my purpose. Zotar, you have proven yourself a worthy asset. Zotar looks amazed. Mallory looks back at Frederick. I must thank you, Frederick, for bringing me a god's power. Frederick is barely breathing, and he just kind of looks up, the light drained from his eyes. You have served your purpose, champion. Mallory stabs a dagger into Frederick's chest, and he perishes. 1 down, 5 to go. Mallory says, "Come, Zotar. We have much work to do. The god's power will soon be mine." And Mallory walks out the door. And that is where the cutscene is going to end. You can all unmute.
Boy.
Alright. You are all getting up from your nice little rest and relaxation at your camp. The day is bright. You are all decently far away from the church. And you're all just trying to get in some... You're all starting breakfast, I should say. We're just going to go down the line, see what everyone's doing today. Let's start off. Let's see, there are 5 of you, so we'll do this, and then... Okay. Alright, first person on the chopping block is Otto.
Of course.
Otto.
Alright, August.
Yes, yes.
You remember what we talked about at the end of the last session?
You were working on something for someone, correct?
I was working on something for someone. Is that something for someone done?
I'd say you're still working on it, but you could take that time to roleplay.
Fair. I'm going to take the thing I'm not working on for someone, just kind of wrapped in the cloth, and I'm going to run to the person it's for. That's not for it. No lie. You see Otto run up to you, and he has something in his hands. It's about 3 times the size of him.
Yeah, it's very large. It's another sword.
No, I don't need any more of his invention.
Okay. I know I don't have a great track record for this, but I need you to hold this.
I don't know if I trust this.
Consider it an apology gift, please. Pretty please.
Is this
My
gonna
own mental health.
curse me this time?
Probably not. I made it out of
Probably.
locally sourced berries.
Because... Did they consent to this?
Yeah.
Are you lying to me?
Maybe.
Great. Okay, so let's maybe not mess with magic that's stolen.
Yeah, stealing magic, that's a bit of a dick move, isn't it? My bad. God, if only there were not people who stole magic in this world. Anyways, try the sword. No, the not sword.
What is it?
So
It's basically like a 6-foot-long tuning fork.
yeah.
What? Okay. You know what? I've got nothing else to lose. I'm already cursed, so let's fucking do it.
Yeah. Do you mind just giving me a couple of swings, seeing if you like it?
That I'm going to try to hit something. Is there something around me that I can casually destroy?
There's a tree.
I don't want to do that to the forest.
There's a rock.
There's
I can
nothing.
do it to a rock.
Okay. You walk over to a rather large boulder.
Rather large. Do I need to roll to hit?
No. You can just hit it with the tuning fork. And then Otto can tell you what happens.
Alright, I hit it.
Nothing currently happens.
Great.
We didn't say it was finished.
No. It's... No lie, it's honestly not that heavy when you swing it. It's got a pretty good balance to it. And you hit the boulder, and like a tuning fork, it makes a soft hum, and your entire body, like, vibrates.
She doesn't like it and immediately just, like, hands it back over slowly. You can have this back now.
It's not finished yet. I still have some things to put to it, but... An inertial dampener. I'll put an inertial dampener in the grips so you don't get shaken. It's a
What's
smart way.
the point of this?
I feel kind of bad, moderately bad, that I may or may not have gotten you a life-threatening curse. So
At least we have remorse.
Not for the fairies. For you, yes.
Not the fairies. Alright, well, what is it meant to do? Like, what is the point of it? It doesn't have a blade by the look of it. I don't explain.
If you give me 20 minutes, I can finish it and I will show you.
Please don't make me regret this.
Push comes to shove, we just have a very nice shiny thing to sell. Cool?
Alright.
I'm
Alright.
gonna go finish the tuning fork.
Nola, you watch Otto, you hand him back the tuning fork, and again, it's really large, so he kind of just, like, slowly waddles back over to his crafting area, and you see him grab a hammer and a screwdriver that he made, and you can see there's little fairies in the screwdriver to power it. And he starts going crazy. Alright, let's see who's next on the chopping block. Otto will come back to you, and you can show Nola your finished product. Alright, next on the chopping block. Mari. Alright, Mari. You are currently at the campfire right now. You're eating some well-deserved breakfast, although you don't really get hungry that much, but you need some amount of fuel. And you can see Pilar, he's kind of he's kind of like on the outskirts of your camp, and you can see he's just kind of overlooking the fields right now. He's looking over the fields of Markariath, and he seems to be a little somber.
Alright, Mari's gonna walk up to Pilar and just sit beside him.
Pilar looks over at you, Mari, and he just kind of nods. How are you doing this morning?
I'm fine. Are you okay?
Yeah, he says, and he looks back over at the fields. Just, feels a little strange. It's almost like I can see the world in a different color, he says.
I mean, we found another piece of you. I guess that helped in some way.
You know, it's beautiful, Mari. The trees slowly blowing in the wind, the grass, and off in the distance you can see the lake as it shines, and the sun. It's also beautiful. I can't believe that someone or something actually created all this. You know? And he looks back over at you.
Mari, her face, there's a hint of sadness in her face because of backstory. But there's like a twinge of just sadness that crosses her face after he says this.
Pilar walks closer to you, Mari, and he kind of bends down to kind of squat next to you. And he takes your hand with his metal armored hand. He just kind of holds it, and he just goes, Mari, I don't fully know why I'm here or in this body, but things seem a little bit more put together now after you, found a piece of me, and I can sense the other pieces closer than we may think. But I need to ask you a favor.
Anything.
I know you don't like people, Mari. I know that you've never really liked people besides me, but he looks over at the rest of the group. We shouldn't squander these people. I mean, I know that you aren't one for, making friends, but even if it just means hanging out with them for a little bit longer to help me, I would appreciate it.
Mari, she slightly nods her head in agreement, but obviously she's very apprehensive about this.
I know it's a big question. You don't well, I know you don't really like being around anyone else, but I can feel that sticking with these people will ensure that we can leave sooner. You know, we've been running around for so long by ourselves that now that we actually have people that we can trust, things seem a little brighter. But don't worry, my love. And he puts his armored hand and kind of like runs it through your hair. We'll be back home soon. And he gets up and he starts to walk back towards the camp.
That shit was adorable.
All right, Mari's just gonna take a deep breath, stand up, and just follow him back to the group.
All right. Anything else you'd like to do with your turn, Mari?
No.
All right. We're on to the next person. Junifer. First off, hello. Welcome. It is your turn. So, Junifer, you have gone up as well. You are currently eating some breakfast and just kind of enjoying. It's a very nice day out. Sun's out, but not too cloudy. And you're enjoying the nice breeze on your face.
Nice.
Junifer, as you are eating some breakfast, Bon, the little 12-year-old, walks over to you and he just goes, "How are you doing today, Junifer?"
I'm doing quite alright, kid.
Nice.
What are you up to?
I'm just, well, Junifer, can I ask something from you?
Depends. What is it?
I just, I have someone that, I need to have someone else talk to. It's not too much. They're just, like, off a ways a little bit, but, maybe if you could come talk to them for me?
Sure. I wouldn't mind helping you.
Thank you. Bon kind of grabs your hand, Junifer, and leads you over to the, a little bit into the woods. And after a very brief walk, it's not that far, Junifer, you can see at the edge of the tree lines, standing with her back against the tree, is a woman, a tiefling woman. She has light pink skin, shorter dark brown hair, and her horns have been shaven off. You also notice that she is wearing the bounty hunter's armor. And you recognize that this is the person that you guys met in the church, the bounty hunter. Bon looks over to you, Junifer, and says, Junifer, this is Lenore, he says, gesturing over to her. She's my mom's sister.
Junifer nods in confusion slightly.
Lenore,
Okay.
Lenore kind of walks up and says, hi. We met, before in the church.
Yes, I recall.
Yes, she looks very awkward and she's just like, sorry for swinging my sword at you. I assure you it was, nothing personal.
I understand. Women have to do what they have to do sometimes.
Junifer nods. Or sorry, no, Lenore nods. My bad. Lenore nods. Right. Look, I was only really doing what I was doing because I believed that Mallory was going to send Bon back to his mom, Lenore says, looking over at Bon. But it appears that that's not in the question anymore. Junifer, I know that we've just actually met, and we may not be on the best of terms, but I just wanted to ask if maybe you could ask the rest of the group if it would be okay if I just made sure Bon gets home with you guys. I wanted to ask one person before I asked everyone. I didn't just want to stroll into the middle of your camp.
I wouldn't mind helping, but can I ask Why can't you do it?
Lenore kind of looks down, ashamed. I'm just worried I'm gonna fail. And you guys seem to be really good at protecting people, and Bond seems to like you all. Bond cracks a huge smile. If I could just help out. But if you guys don't want me to, I understand. Bond looks over at you, Juniper, very hopeful.
I can see that you care about this child very deeply, and I know how that feels to care and love someone.
Yeah.
I'll try my best to convince everyone, but I'm not really a leader of the group or anything. They all are on their own paths, so I'll have to talk to them, but I can't guarantee everyone will be okay with it.
Bond speaks up and goes, I can help convince them too. People seem to like me, right? Lenore cracks a little smile. Thank you. I'll just be off to the side until you guys come to a decision. Thank you, Juniper. Yeah. And Lenore turns around and begins to walk away. Juniper, do you want to talk to the party about Lenore now or after everyone's turn is up?
I'll wait for everyone's turn.
Okay. Then that'll be the end of your turn for now. Let's move on to our last two people. Alrighty. No lie. No lie, no lie, no lie. You are up. Alright. No lie. You have just seen Otto walk away with his big tuning fork. No lie. You feel a sharp pain shoot up your arm out of nowhere.
Great.
And you wince in pain, and you kind of just like instinctually, just like a reflex, just like grab your arm. No lie, you look down, kind of inconspicuous, so no one else notices what's happening. And you can see that the mark on your hand, the tree, the branches appear to have fully sprouted out, and you can see one leaf on one branch.
Great. Love that. That sounds like wonderful news.
No lie, as you're looking at this, you suddenly hear a familiar voice of a fiery individual behind you as Penelope goes, No lie, are you okay?
She's gonna attempt to play it off anyway.
The pain's starting to go away, but it still hurts a little bit.
Okay. You know, I feel like she can handle it.
Yeah.
Strong woman. She's just gonna like turn to her and be like, "Oh, yeah, I'm alright. Why?"
You just seemed a little, never mind. Anyways, you can see that Penelope's holding, a broadsword. And she goes, So, are we gonna train?
I did promise. Let's go.
Yes! You see that, Penelope immediately, runs off, away from the camp. You can see that she's wearing, some armor that she's maybe not stolen from Otto.
Valid.
And she is getting ready to spar with you.
Okay, bet.
No lie, as you walk over with your great sword, you can see that great axe. Sorry. You can see Penelope's just like, okay, so where do we start? Are we gonna start with swinging, or are we gonna just go right at it?
Start with your stance first and foremost. If you can't stand properly, there's no way you can swing a sword.
How should I stand?
Try it. I want to see her try. I want to see her
All right.
do her best.
Penelope stands very sheepishly. Her legs are far too close together. Her shoulders are slumped, and she's trying to hold the sword up. But you can tell it's taking all of her forearm strength just to hold the sword up.
Oh, great. So we have to start like basics.
Yeah.
Okay.
She has never held a sword before in her life.
So, I'm not gonna go too much into it, but given Nole's history, she's more of like a learn on the job kind of thing.
Yeah.
So she's gonna take an affectionate swipe and essentially just like try to knock her over.
Nolai,
Prove your point.
you walk over and you like haphazardly swing her. You're not even putting any force into it. You're literally just basically letting your momentum carry the axe. And it hits Penelope's broadsword, and she like stumbles back immediately and falls right on her ass and drops the broadsword. And all of her red hair is like in her face, and she kind of like does the thing where like she blows the hair out of her face. And she just goes, so was that not a good stance?
Her feet were too close together.
Right.
He's gonna like hold her hand down to like help her up.
She grabs it, and she gets back up to her feet. Right, so spread my legs out a little more?
First things first, you can barely hold the sword.
It's
Not
heavy.
gonna Workout regimen, let's go!
No idea. Do you want to have Penelope work out?
She needs to build muscle.
That's true.
So yes.
She is very scrawny.
She can barely lift a sword. It doesn't matter if she can swing it.
Yeah.
Like, if she can't lift it off the ground.
No lie, you immediately have Penelope start doing push-ups. The rest of you are just kind of watching over in like slight amusement. As you can see, no lie, this giant Goliath woman, she just has her arms crossed, and then there's like poor little skinny Penelope that's just like doing push-ups, and she seems to be breaking an intense sweat as she's doing this.
Nola's making sure she's keeping her form correct too, so she's doing them right.
You're like tapping her with the axe sometimes to like get her like form back into place. All right. Noai, is there anything else you would like to do with your turn before we move on to Iker?
No, I think we're good. We're just running through workouts. I
All right,
guess.
cool. Noai, you are now having Penelope do crunches as we move on to Iker. All right, Iker, you're the last on the chopping block.
Yes.
Iker, you didn't have the greatest sleep last night. It was pretty rough, lots of ravens. And so you have a little bit of a headache starting off today.
I wake up feeling a little groggy and take and rub my head and start to stretch up a little bit as I exit my tent.
All right. Iker, you go ahead and you grab yourself some food and some water and just try to, get something into your stomach. You're the last person up. You can see Mari kind of with Pilar. They're kind of off to the side talking. You can see Junifer and Bond have arrived back at the tent, or back at the camp, and they're kind of talking to each other. You see Otto furiously working on away at what looks like to be a large tuning fork. And you can see Nolai, who seems to be running Penelope through a workout course. Penelope's currently doing sit-ups. Very intense workout.
I guess I just walk around and check in with each of them to see what's going on.
All right. Iker, as you start to walk around, Pilar calls you over. Iker, how are you doing this morning?
Oh, wonderful.
Excellent. Me and Mari are doing well as well.
Mari just kind of sneers at Iker as he approaches.
Oh, you look like a happy woman. Did you not wake up on the wrong side of the bed this morning? Oh,
I could ask you the same thing. You're clearly
tired. Yeah. Well, that's what happens when I don't get my beauty sleep.
I would just call it regular sleep.
But to make, and I go out of my way to absolutely bend down, but to make all of this, I do have to unfortunately get some sleep.
Alright.
But it looks like you could definitely need some.
Pilar looks... Pilar is, like, awkwardly standing there with his hand up still, like, mid-wave.
Yes. Hi, Pilar.
Hi. Do you two not like each other?
Oh no, I love this one.
Mari's face is just, she's visibly just disgusted by this man.
Polar's just.
I would like to ask though, Iker. Obviously,
Mhm.
you have something towards that girl over there with no life.
Oh.
Oh, Penelope.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
I should, as a pointer, I would say you're coming on way too strong. Take a few steps back, or this situation's gonna go out of hand.
And then I look back over and I go, really? And then I look over at my tent and my little blood minions were making a little I love you card and they just put it on.
Oh my fucking.
Mari like looks over there, like she like throws her head to look over there, and she looks back at Iker with like just like a really.
Was that too much? And then my little.
Take what you did and take like I don't know 80 steps back.
So like I should stop that and I point over to one of my little blood minions with a chef hat, bringing her like a little heart-shaped pancake.
Yes, exactly.
The little
then,
blood minion looks very sad. It worked very hard on this pancake.
And then I snap and it goes, and then it just disintegrates.
Pilar says, "Well, Iker, for having strange blood fusion powers, they seem to be paying off pretty well for you. Besides the sleep, that kind of sucks."
Yeah, it definitely does become a little bit more tollful, but as long as I have a supply of blood near me, or I can use my own blood, I'm typically fine.
Do you think?
I do need to get some more.
Oh, well, unfortunately, you won't find any with me because I'm metal.
I observed that. Maybe some oil, but can't move that kind.
I don't even have oil in me.
Really? So you're just a soul with a robot's body?
I don't really know what I am. Mari does know.
That's quite cool. I mean, that's... How durable is your body? Could I make you, like, tiny blood armor?
Iker? No.
And, like, that would be...
You're done.
That would, like, I could
You're
imagine,
done.
like, this... Like, the spiked shoulder pads and shit with, like, the... like, crimson armor for Pilar.
That'd be kind of fucking badass, though.
That does sound cool. Like, it's like okay, DM question real quick. Can I, as my new thing, instead of using it as a tag, since I'm pretty set with the tags, can I use it as a protection aspect for people to create, like, a shield or create armor for them?
Yeah.
It's like an ability?
I think that'd be pretty sick. Yeah, I'd say, you can totally do that, but it'll probably start off small. Like, you could make them, like, a blood helmet or, like, a tiny blood buckler. But as you level up, you could, like, you know...
Would I potentially be able to already off the jump be able to shroud Pilar in blood armor?
You could probably make his head have, like, a little blood helmet over his helmet. So helmet
that would be
deception, if you want to do that in front of Mari.
Okay.
You can go for it.
Blood
Alright, so
blood for the blood hat.
Blood for the blood
Let
hat.
me look, and then it's like I'll take and nick my finger and I point it out, and like you see like this just Roman with the feather head on the top.
Yeah,
and
you watch.
pop up.
Mari casts Firebolt. Does it
I take and throw up.
hit?
Oh, hold on. I take and throw an 18 does not hit. I take and throw up a shield and everything, and be like, all right,
An 18
all
doesn't
right,
hit. Yeah. Okay. So basically, what happened is, Iker made a little like Roman hat around Pilar's helmet, so it's like a helmet on a helmet. And then Mari points her finger, casts Firebolt, and Iker brings up a shield of blood and it blocks, and he just kind of wanders off. Pilar looks over at you, Mari, and says, "What do you think? Pretty stylish, right?"
Oh.
If I answer honestly, no, not at all. I absolutely despise it, and I despise this man.
Oh. Pilar
I'm not needed.
hangs his head in shame, and the blood helmet turns back into regular blood and goes back into Iker. Iker, is there anything else you want to do, or do we want to move it on to the next round of turns?
Let's walk over to Penelope and see what's going on.
All right. Penelope is currently like slumped against a rock, drinking from a water skin, and she is like, like super out of breath.
I'm like,
Am I still
You're
over
working-
there?
Yeah.
working
You're
hard?
still with her.
I bet.
I'm like, you definitely look like you're working hard, huh?
Hi, Iker. Yeah,
Huh?
Nolai's giving me training lessons. She says she looks very tired already.
I can see that.
She's gonna make me a great fighter like you guys. She says, and then she starts taking a long chug from the water.
Nola's gonna like snow.
maybe-
Nola's gonna like stop her and like sip it.
Yeah.
And make yourself
Yeah, like
sick.
maybe don't get a belly full, you'll throw up.
Right, sip it. She starts sipping it.
Mhm.
Nola's like, oh my god, we got a lot of work to do.
Yeah, and then I'm like, yeah, you seem like they've got you on the right track and everything. Definitely have a great teacher. I think out of everyone here, they probably could best me in a fight the most.
Flattery gets you nowhere.
I wasn't talking to you. Hush. And then I take and just stretch my arms up and everything and go, well, I mean, at least I think you could beat me in a fight. And then I just look over with like a grin on my face.
How do you respond to that? No lie.
Is that a challenge?
I don't know. It is early in the morning. I don't want to make you too tired for the trip ahead.
I feel like one, you need to knock off your tone. Second of all, why would I have anything to do with you? As you can see, Penelope and I are quite busy. I have better
see.
things to do with my time than entertain you.
True. But I always love a good fight.
That sounds like a personal issue.
Penelope.
Okay.
Penelope has like the water skin covering half her face, and she has like her eyes really wide, and she keeps like looking over from Nolai to Iker, back to Nolai, just kind of like with the water skin in front of her face.
Let's just say I hit you with my strongest and you hit me with your strongest, and we'll stop there.
Intention or will spend my time with you.
So someone better. I don't know. Zotar seems pretty busy.
I'm gonna turn back to Penelope and be like, "You ready to continue your training?"
Yeah. Don't worry, Iker. We can talk later. Maybe you should go drink some water.
Of course. I bid you guys adieu. And then I just walk back to my tent, and then my little blood minions open the curtain.
Penelope.
This dude is so insufferable.
Penelope.
I know he is.
Penelope sighs and just goes. Penelope sighs and is just like, sorry about him.
Don't need to apologize on his behalf. I've dealt with any worse men.
I don't know. He's. I don't know. Iker's so strange to me, Penelope says. When we were alone in the church, he was so. I don't know. He seemed very worried about everyone else, but now he's just being a cocky asshole. I don't want to assume things, but
Many people hide behind facades.
that's true. I
I'm
feel
just
like
not keen on finding out which one of his personalities is a facade.
Penelope smiles at you, Nolai. You know, Nolai, I like that you don't take shit. I appreciate that.
Something that I feel like you can learn too.
Penelope nods.
It's a good thing. However, I can appreciate your understanding of people.
Iker seems like a good guy. A bit annoying, sure, but I mean, dude just found out he had a demon inside him, so maybe he's going through the motions as well. Anyways, Penelope gets up. So, would you say 100 jumping jacks?
Yep.
Oh my god.
Right. And Penelope starts doing 100 jumping jacks. All right, we're gonna go.
Okay. Can you clarify on how many Penelope was actually able to do?
Yeah, how many was she able to complete? Well,
Jump.
it's not going to push her past her limit. She's setting a goal, but she is like...
She seems
about
pretty
maybe
good. She
two?
seems like she can do it, or maybe at least get to 50.
100.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that.
Becomes Rock Lee. I'll do 1,000 push-ups and 1,000
Yeah,
sit-ups.
literally. Penelope's able to do 20 jumping jacks. All right. Okay. Let's go back down the turn order for another round of roleplay. So, Otto, let's start off with you again. You have finished the tuning fork sword. If you want to take it to Noli and show everyone what your new invention does, be my guest.
I'm going to do this ceremoniously.
All right.
I am going to light like a little lantern and hand it to my mech to swing it ceremoniously above my head.
Okay, so
I
the
hold
mech.
the sword like flat in both of my hands.
Oh,
as they walk towards
you
where
motherfucker! This
Penelope
is
and Noli are trading.
this is a fucking Adeptus Mechanicus ritual, you motherfucker.
Yeah, damn straight it is. Shut the fuck up. Let's do this.
All right, you guys watch as Otto is walking over to Noli with his newly invented tuning fork sword, and his mech is walking behind him with the lantern kind of like slowly swinging above his head as he walks over to you, Noli.
Alright, so I'm looking this thing like dead on.
Right. Oh wait, how big is this thing again?
It's 6 feet long.
Okay, so I'm still taller. Cool.
Yeah, no, it's just bigger than Otto. So he added a fucking edge to it, of course, because it's a sword. I need one. The grip itself has like rubberized bits, so it's much more of a comfort grip to alleviate irritation. And well, honestly, it's a little bit concerning because the inside of the fork is fucking glowing blue.
Sam, what the fuck did you concoct?
Excellent question.
What did you just make? I'm concerned.
On the technical side, I have made a great sword with the loading property.
Great. Okay. Yeah, so I guess Noli's gonna kind of just like look over while she's watching Penelope do her thing.
No lie, darling friend.
Oh, joy.
I finished it.
Don't know if I trust the cackle. Again.
Well,
What else do I have to lose? And with that, she's gonna pick it up.
All right. Again, it's not that heavy. I mean, like, obviously, it's still, like, got a little bit of girth to it because, it's a fucking giant sword. But, all things considered, whatever metal Otto made or the way he designed it, it's actually, like, slightly lighter than your great axe, surprisingly.
Oh, interesting.
alright, no lie. I need you to swing it towards, not on top of the rock that you tried to hit earlier. Just towards it. Just from standing here,
The general direction.
swing it at that rock.
So just in the general direction.
Yes, but be very careful. Preferably an up and down kind of swing, if you wouldn't mind.
Penelope takes
Okay.
10 steps back.
Yeah.
Valid. She does.
The mech gets in front of Penelope.
Yeah. All right, Otto, what happens when Noli swings the sword?
Fucking
Yeah,
excellent
what'd you do?
question. So I had given this sword one of the Artificer's infusions. I sent you a screenshot of it before if you want to take it a read. The tuning fork itself has the loading property, which I given it because I gave it the fucking mana battery, and mana battery takes, battery. So that's the loading property for you. I'm trying to find that screenshot. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it too. Is it repeating shot?
Yeah, it's repeating shot.
Repeating shot.
I think.
Okay.
Yeah. So it should just do the normal damage of a greatsword at range.
Yeah. All right. Cool. So no lie, you swing Otto's new tuning fork greatsword, and the boulder splits in half, like an unseen force just sliced it. And you watch
Sick.
as the boulder just kind of like that one scene in One Punch Man,
Demon Slayer.
Demon Slayer, that too. Yep, literally like that. So the boulder splits, and you're like a good 12 feet away from it. So, yeah.
Sick.
No Light now has a
fun.
ranged great weapon.
Ooh, 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 this is gonna be fun. Oh, I'm excited. Oh no, because she's gonna like take a second and like look at the sword. Then she's gonna look back at Otto. She's gonna be like, made something and it didn't fuck up.
Yeah, no, I was honestly expecting all of our eardrums to shatter. That's why.
I feel like you need to start telling me these things before you have me do them.
I hope and pray for the best, quite frankly. Field testing is more of an art than a science.
Penelope speaks up and goes, "And there's no cursed blood infusions in this sword?"
Nope, I made it out of fairies.
Oh. I can't tell if that's better or worse.
Don't know. Don't think I want to.
Well, that's a neat sword. Otto, where did you learn to make all this stuff? Penelope asks.
Don't get him started.
I learned the basics of it at,
Here we go.
Oh God.
what's the name of the fucking college again?
It was just the engineer college. It was the College of Engineers. Very simple name.
Okay, my bad, man. Yeah, no, I learned it back at the University of Engineers. It's just the basics, of course. I'm kind of a pioneer of the sciences. Those poor fuckers still didn't know how to make a fucking light bulb.
Anyway, thank you.
You're perfectly welcome. It doesn't quite make up if I make it put a demon inside of you, but it will help you kill people.
That's always good.
Indeed it is. Child, person. How old are you again?
I'm 19.
Oh. How old is that goblin yours?
I don't know.
How long do goblins live?
Not very.
Right. No lie, should we call it for today?
That's fine.
All right.
She's still taken aback by the conversation. Yeah, let's go ahead and call it a day.
Okay.
Alrighty.
So, no lie.
So, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Continue. Go ahead. Continue role playing. Sorry.
Okay.
I don't fucking know. We're just kind of standing awkwardly in the field. This is fun now.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys want to keep talking, I mean, this session's supposed to build your guys' relationships, so please keep role playing if you want to.
I'm done.
I'm not entirely sure what the range on that sword is, but you're not exactly fond of range, so.
I mean, not necessarily, but can it be used as a normal sword as well? Can I swing it and then not have that happen?
If anything, that would be even more devastating in close range. Oh God.
Kind of want to try close range on a rock. I'm kind of curious.
Okay.
Kind of curious to see what that kind of damage would look like.
All right. No lie, you walk up to another rock, and you take another large swing with the great tuning fork, and this time you don't split the rock, you completely shatter it. Like you hit it, and then it crumbles into a bunch of pebbles and stones. Like it literally just like a shockwave just cracks the entire boulder and falls.
That is beautiful, and I love it.
I really want to see what it does to a person now.
I feel like we'll have our time, but that's not necessarily something you should wish for.
I don't know. I kind of want to see what it'll do to Voltarian armor. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Look.
My bad.
If it happens, just try to catch a glimpse and not die. Time will come, but I don't know necessarily what's happening, but apparently Voltaria is after, or at least a dragon fang is after us now. So, for the
What
time
I'm
being,
hearing. My bad. Continue.
I was just gonna say that for the time being, we don't necessarily need to go looking for trouble because it's more than likely gonna come find us.
So what I'm hearing is we need to take more weapons.
I feel like everyone should be prepared given the situation, but I don't necessarily know if everyone's going to be okay with you using berries to weapons.
Well, consider lying.
Considered, let's not.
Oh no, can I hear my mech calling? Gosh, gotta go help him.
Does he just like run off?
Yeah.
Yes.
The mech's also completely fine. Otto just leaves. All right.
Oh, of course.
I say that will be it for you two for now. Let's move on to Mari.
Hello.
Mari, you are sitting next to Pilar, and you are like fuming over the conversation you had with Iker. Like, you are very much like scowling. Scowling.
Oh, of course.
At this though, Mari, you hear a voice inside your head, and the voice just says, "I have a message."
Oh no. Mari is going to like jolt up, and she's gonna like tell Pilar to stay where he is. She's like, I gotta do something real quick. I'll be right back.
Mari,
And she's
is
gonna
everything
run
okay?
off.
Oh, and she's gone. Mari, you walk off into the woods. And do you accept the message?
Yep.
You want?
Do you want me to describe the scene or?
If you want, yeah, go for it. Describe what happens. Do your thing.
All right. Cool. Okay. So, as Mari is alone in the woods, she starts to like get like a really, really like her head is pounding. She's like starting to sweat, and she like falls down to the ground and like she's like holding onto the ground. And it's a, I think it's called a worm.
Yes.
But like spelled WYRM. It's a dragon that, well, kind of dragon. It's a homebrew creature, but it's like a dragon without legs, and it's like a mix of a snake and a like crow, and it just like it starts like slithering out of her mouth, and she's like gagging as it's coming out.
You, as this serpent creature, this worm, slowly comes out through your throat, out of your mouth. You're barely holding onto your breath until it all just kind of like falls onto the ground with a little bit of your saliva caking its back. You watch as this creature, I believe its name is Visca or Viska.
It's Visca.
Visca slowly just kind of like slithers around a little bit before it leers its head up and says, "It is good to see you again, Master," she says as she bows her head to you.
It's a he.
It's what?
It's a he, him.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, the lion. I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
he bows his head.
All right, and then Mari is like, while she's still on the ground, she's like, she looks up, and she's like trying to catch her breath again. She's like, "It's good to see you too."
I have a message message.
Yes, tell me.
I have 2 messages for you. One from Mallory, one from Sidar. Which would you like to hear first?
I'm gonna go with the least annoying. Let's go with Mallory.
At this, Visca's voice completely changes from his normal snake-like slithery voice to Mallory's voice, like actually like just his voice coming out of Visca.
It's like whiny bitch ass.
Yep, exactly. Hello, Mari. I'm sending you this message through one of your despicable little familiars. Quite impressive, this magic. I have a new job for you. As we've discussed, you have 3 more months of your Valterian contract. And, as you know, I'm looking for god champions. I have already found one. Man's name was Frederick Ias. He was the champion of Asara, god of the sky. But he is now dead, and the powers that he once held are now mine. As you may know, or I'm sure you already do know, the half-orc Junifer and the human Penelope are both god champions. Both people that I need to acquire. And so here is your new task. You are to lead both Penelope and Junifer to the city of Vandrel. It is to the southern part of Aetherfall, right on the border of Edia. You will lead both of them to this city and await further instructions. That is all. And Visca changes back to his normal voice. That is the message, Mari.
Oh my god, I might have to take back what I said about him being the least annoying. Go ahead and what does Sidar want from you?
Visca's voice changes again to another evil, sinister, annoying voice. Sidar's voice now comes through Visca. Mari, I am here to congratulate you. At first, I deemed you a unnecessary, worthless peon that didn't deserve my powers, but over these recent days, I have seen incredible tenacity, and finding a piece of Pilar's soul was definitely impressive. So, Mari, I am offering you a gift from me to you. Consider this a show of a good relationship, Sidar says, before his voice dissipates back into Visca. Sidar has gifted you a new way to transport yourselves through the lands of Otax, Visca says. Mari, you watch as from behind the tree lines steps a large black stallion. You can see its hair looks like that of fire as it kind of flakes in the background. And this large steed walks up to you, Mari, and kind of bows its head at you. Sidar wants good favor with you, Mari. He has gifted you a mighty steed named Ignis.
Great. I wouldn't call it a gift because usually you fucking want something, but sick. Mari turns towards the steed and says, "Okay, don't bow. That's just weird, please."
Ignis is it's a very stern looking stallion. Like its eyes are very just kind of like they have like that standard kind of just like angry look. It looks very noble, very broad. It stands there and the fire just kind of flakes off of it. It's very impressive, but it kind of just looks at you a little strangely.
Just don't look at me like that. God, no. Alright,
Visca turns to Ignis and just goes, "Sorry, she's usually like this." Ignis just kind of goes, slows its head again.
Was it just those 2 messages? Was that all?
Yes. The rest of us are waiting to be used once more, Mari. Your connection with Sidar's magic grows stronger by the day. He is truly choosing you to be his next champion. We are sure of it.
Oh, bull. I don't believe that bullshit for 1 second. He chooses some weakling over me? I've worked with him for years, and he chooses that scrawny son of a bitch.
I assure you, Mari, you will replace Salgrim soon. Don't worry. We will always be by your side.
Alright, well, I think it will be weird if I return to the group and y'all are the way you are. Ignis, is there any way you can, like, tone down the flames or whatever, and you, Visca, just, you know, do your thing. Leave.
Understood. And Visca just launches itself back into Mari's mouth and starts squirming back down her throat in this very uncomfortable manner as Mari, you gulp Visca back down. Ignis walks up to you, Mari. And I know we haven't discussed this, Lee, but I think this would be pretty fucking cool. Ignis kind of bows its head, almost like expecting you to, like, touch it.
Mari's gonna slowly extend her hand and, like, she's just gonna lightly brush her fingers on it.
As you brush Ignis, Mari, you watch as Ignis turns into shadow and flame and slowly wraps around your finger more and more until Ignis transforms into a solid purple band around your finger.
Huh.
So now you can summon Ignis whenever you want, or you can take it back into ring form.
Perfect. I love that. Alright, I'm going to head back to the group.
Alright. That will be it for you, Mari.
Fuck yeah.
Alright, Junifer.
Yes.
Junifer, you have come back with Bon, and you can see the rest of the party. It's just kind of laying about. Some of them are starting to pack up to get on the road and discuss what's happening next. Bon looks at Junifer and says, "So, do we ask the group now?"
I think so. I think it's about time we...
Right, should I call them? And then you could talk to them?
Yeah, kid, sounds good.
Bon walks up and says, "Hello, everyone. Hi. Me and Junifer have something to ask you all, if that isn't too much of a bother," Bon says. He looks a little sheepish.
Junifer looks down at him and, like, pats his back and walks up in front of him. Oh, wait, what was the lady's name?
Name was Lenore. Lenore.
Okay. Lenore has asked us to take care of this child and take him back to his mother. And I think it's in our best interest, at least for me, to do this. I mean, I understand if some of you don't want that to happen, but I'm going to.
Lenore?
Lenore was the lady we met in the church. She's my mom's sister.
You know.
One who tried to attack us.
Yeah.
Anyone else around, please?
Yeah. Mari,
This involves the
Iker,
group.
The only
This
Otto.
involves the group. Get
Yes.
involved, please.
Otto, do you have anything to say?
I said only good things can possibly come out of this. Yeah, let's listen to the creepy bounty hunter lady. Of course.
I take a step out of my tent and I go, "What's going on?"
Apparently, the woman that attacked us is somehow related to the boy.
She's my mom's sister. He mumbles.
Now we need to take the boy to his mother.
Yeah. She also asked if it would be okay if she tags along to make sure I get home. She's really sorry about what she did. She was only doing it to protect me, Bond says.
I want to hear this from her.
I see no problem with it.
I
Right.
mean, look at the kid. Without us, he'll probably end up dead.
Ow?
Didn't you try to kill us?
Is Lenore there?
No, Lenore's not there. But Bond
she's
could
not
go
there, but didn't-
grab her.
Yeah, let's bring her over here.
I was gonna say, I feel like we should hear this from her.
Mm-hmm.
Penelope speaks up and goes, "Guys, think that's wise? She did just try to kill us like the other day." Bond just
Take her
kind of
weapons.
Bond just kind of goes like, "All right, I'll go get her." Bond runs off into the forest.
Oh my.
Um,
I follow. I don't trust.
yeah,
I know Lenore, but no.
but you don't know Lenore.
Nolai doesn't know Lenore. So she's running after the child. She's like, oh my god, don't go after the strange lady.
Well, it's his aunt.
Nolai.
Okay, but she also tried to kill us.
Nolai,
so...
you don't have to walk that far. As you see, Bond is pulling on Lenore's arm, and she very sheepishly kind of walks off, walks out of the tree line she was hiding in, and just kind of walks over to all of you, and you can see that she looks a little pale, as she just goes, "Hi. I don't think we've all been formally introduced. I'm Lenore."
Did you attack us earlier?
Yeah, about that, deepest apologies. I didn't do it out of malice or anything. Lenore looks at the ground.
See, she's sorry.
I understand. I'm not big on politics. However, I understand that the Voltarian army are nuisances and fascists. By the looks of it, he's employed. How can we trust you?
Lenore looks up and just says, look, I was only doing this because, look, Bon and his sister Lisa were taken away by their mom Arya. The Valtarians blackmailed me into working for them so I could bring Bon and Lisa home. But now I found Bon, and Lenore looks down at Bon. Look, if I could maybe just help you guys get him home, that's really all I'm asking. And then after that, I could just leave, and you'd never have to see me again.
I know none of us wants a Valtarian in our midst, but I'm inclined to believe her.
Yeah, and technically she worked for them, but she's not really Valtarian. She was
That's
basically
true.
blackmailed.
Hmm.
And she only did it for the child. And now she has the
Lenore.
child in her vicinity, so she really owes nothing to the Valtarian now.
Excuse me, Miss Lenore.
Yes?
Excuse me?
Yeah.
If perchance, along the quest to help get young Bond home, would you perhaps be able to assist in some creative endeavors?
Say
No, now is not the time.
Lenore looks a little
She
No,
wants my
this is
vote.
not the time. Ignore the goblin.
like,
Ignore
do
the
you want me
goblin.
to help you, like, make stuff?
Ignore the goblin. I'm begging.
Sometimes it might be helping us gather information. It's just, can you make yourself useful?
Well,
Fair point.
let's just say
Coming from
that
another blood user.
let's
How
just
can we use you?
Well, Lenore says, well, let's just say that my relationship with Valteria is spotty. It's complicated, she says. And as for blood magic, Lenore looks over at you, Iker. I am sorry that I jumped to conclusions so fast about you. Iker, was it? It's just, maybe we shouldn't discuss this right now, she says.
Well, we'll talk later.
Am I the only one concerned that maybe this isn't a good idea?
Look, I understand if you all don't want me to join your party. I mean, I did attack you all yesterday.
Listen,
Think about it. Think about it. We don't know
vouch.
if Valteria has a way to track her or has a way to listen in or something. We don't know what Valteria is capable of. They have, however, we know they don't have a moral high ground because they have children soldiers.
Look, could I at least tell you guys where to take Bon, where his mom is?
Listen, as me as a blood user, they've clearly been doing this longer than I have. There might be valuable information for me to learn from them.
Look,
because I don't know anything about this.
I can give you guys. I could give you all any information you want. I'm serious. I just want to get the boy home. Look, I can tell you guys anything. His mom is located in a small village just outside of Vandrel. If we could just get him there, and any information.
To be fair, no lie. First sight of her being slimy scum, you can do it.
Yes, actually, I can do something. I can take and put something in her blood to where the moment if I think that she's gonna turn on us, I can have it self-destruct and kill her.
Don't harm her.
It's not going to harm her, but if she looks like she's going to hurt us,
look at her.
If it looks like she's going to hurt us,
she needs somebody to help her.
But to have that insurance.
Valteria is known for taking and using people left and right. I don't like it, but I don't think we should go to that extent. But
it would be security. And that's the best thing that we need right now.
You are stupid.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm sorry, that just made me laugh.
Lenore just looks up. Look, if there's anything I could tell you guys to have you all trust me more, or anything I could say to make you not think that I'm going to stab you in the back, I can say it. I can prove. Just, what is it that you want to know?
I could test her blood. I could tell if she's lying.
How?
How? Nobody is going to give you their blood.
I think,
but I can see if she's telling the truth or not.
I have an idea.
You stay away from people's blood.
I agree with that statement. A potential idea. Keep a close eye on her. We have someone keep a watch on her. Can trade off.
Okay.
Take the kid to the place. If she's telling us the truth, great. Not what you want with her.
I mean, that seems quite fair.
Everyone in favor?
Yes, but if she turns on us, I get her blood.
I don't think she'll turn on us, not as long as we have on, at least.
Yeah, probably will gross her out so much that.
Yeah,
Be cool.
let's not potentially maybe ruin possible alliances.
Yes, but if she does turn on us, I get her blood. That's my only way I'll agree.
If she turns on us, she dies. It's that simple.
So
And then I get her blood.
Fine, whatever makes
You can do whatever the fuck you want with her. She'll be dead.
So is that a
And-
yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Sure.
Lenore lets out a huge sigh of relief. Thank God. Well, I guess I should, look, I heard a little bit from Mallory when I was working under him, and Zotar. From what I learned about what they are doing with blood infusions, they're trying to, well, they're trying to evolve people, whatever the hell that means. They're trying to make people closer to the Sunkeepers that came before us. I'm not sure what the hell that means, but that's apparently what Zotar is trying to do. As for Mallory, he has an ability. I've never seen it before. He can take your magic.
What?
I saw it. I saw
His
it.
eyes are growing wide and fixed.
I saw it once. It was with a blue tiefling. He just got down and put his hand on her forehead, and the light just left her eyes. And he took her infernal arts, and now he can use the shadows. He has a way to just take magic from you, and I think what he wants
So
to
does
do...
it have to be from the forehead?
Lenore's just like, I'm not sure, but that's usually where he places his hand. But the point I'm trying to get here, Lenore says, and she looks over at you, Junifer, and Penelope, he's definitely going to be trying to take your guys' magic. I don't know how it works. I don't know how he has this ability, but he does. And he's dangerous. I know he seems like a snobby, incompetent prick, but I've never seen a power like that before. Yeah. But, that being said, the church's main headquarters are in Vandrel. They've converted a large part of the palace there to Zotar and his men. And Lenore looks over at Nolai. Maybe that's where we could find something to cure your situation. Again, sorry, I was eavesdropping. Yeah.
At least we know that the situation is coming. So, I feel like it's now, but
No.
I guess.
You're cutting out a little bit.
Yeah, I'm sorry, hon. We can't hear you.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, sorry, things were cutting out for me for a second, too.
What were you saying?
Oh, well, at least bright side, we know that it's coming.
Yeah,
Suppose.
at least we know he's coming. Look, again, any way I could help or be of assistance, just ask. All I ask is I get Bond back to Arya. That's all I want.
Don't worry, hon. I promise you my life. We will get this kid back to his mother.
Thank you, Junifer. I appreciate that, Lenore says. So, Bon and Lenore kind of slowly walk their way into the camp. You guys are getting packed up, ready to leave. No lie. The cure for your condition may be in Vandrel. Bon and Lenore need to get to Vandrel. Junifer, you've promised to help, as you have been in situations like this before, and you feel morally obligated. Mari, you have your little message. Otto, you just want to stick around because they're making sure you're safe. And
Damn straight.
And of course, Iker, you have a score to settle with the church. And apparently, Zotar's still out there. And Zotar still needs to be brought to justice. So, as you all begin to pack up, Iker, I know you want to do it, so we'll have a little bit of you and Penelope.
Oh, here we go.
As you guys are packing up your shit, getting your campsites all packed up, ready to go, Penelope walks over. How are you feeling, Iker?
Wonderful. How are you?
I'm actually feeling pretty good, she says. She winces. Her thighs are very sore. Nolai's been putting me through the ringer immediately, but I think this is good. This is good.
Yes. And it does look like you are getting stronger. Just continue to work at it, and you'll be able to accomplish what you need to.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm just sorry if I feel like I'm pushing too much. I'm worried, Iker. Ever since you found out that you have that demon's blood in you, you've just seemed a little off. Like your eyes, Are you getting enough sleep?
I'm trying, but not really.
Right.
There's this constant sound of a raven that keeps me awake.
Yeah, Look, I honestly don't know how much I trust this Lenore person, but from our encounter with her, it looks like she could also use blood. I don't know what that means, but maybe she could help you out?
I'm hoping so, because I do know that when it comes to blood magic, I think I'm the only one that can stop her.
Yeah.
From what I've seen of this ability, it can be very dangerous. I mean, even with what I can do, I'm still a beginner, but to be able to use blood and manifest it in the way that they were able to, because it doesn't even look like they cut themselves whenever they were able to create it. It's like they manifested it in front of them, and I don't really understand how that works. Because for me to use it, I have to cut myself, and that's the only way that I can use this ability. So they clearly know how to use it a lot more than I do.
Penelope sighs. Look, this has been a crazy few weeks. I've been kidnapped by Valterians, saved by you guys, infiltrated a church, found out I'm the champion of fire, and now I'm going to Vandrel to help Bond get back home and figure out what the hell's going on. I could go home, but I don't think there really is a home for me to go back to. So I guess for the time being, I'll stay with you all.
I would hope so, and it definitely seems like you need to get your rest.
Yeah.
You might need to relax a little.
Maybe I can.
Mean, I know that
yeah, maybe I can ask Otto if I can sleep on his mech while we're traveling.
Possibly. But I know you're wanting to get stronger, but go at it at your own pace. You don't need to overwork yourself.
I don't know. It felt good working out. It felt good being pushed. It was like there was like this like I don't know. There was just something inside me that felt like strong. Like I've done this 1,000 times. So
I think you're connected to a god now. You're connected to these great fighters in you. You have the will to fight. You have the fighter's courage within you, and it's something you can't get away from.
Yeah. I think I'll be all right, Iker. Just wanted to check in on you. One more thing, Iker. Maybe not be so weird around Mari and Nolai. I think you're making them uncomfortable. Just letting you know. And Penelope winks at you, and she starts to walk off. Iker. Oh yeah, say your thing.
I say, I will. Don't worry.
Iker.
And
as you are finishing packing up the last of your tents, you glance over at Lenore, and a pounding sensation happens in your head, Iker, and you wince a little bit at the pain, and your head your hand goes to your head and kind of like rubs your temple. And you look at Lenore again, and that voice, that eerie, sinister voice picks up in the back of your mind, and you just hear her say, "Traitorous daughter, foolish daughter, how dare she show herself again to me?" The voice slowly subsides out of the back of your mind. And that headache, as soon as it came, is gone again. Iker.
What am I gonna do with him?
Iker, you grab your stuff and you walk over to the rest of the party. There's a strange feeling you have about Lenore. Even just looking at her, you feel this anger that isn't yours, but you can't put your finger on what it is. You will load your gear into Otto's wagon, and now with a very full party, you all clamber on. Penelope walks over to you, Otto. Otto, is it cool if I take a nap inside the mech?
Yeah, sure. I mean, it's air conditioned, so try not to keep it on full blast. Yeah,
can I do something?
Sit back.
Yeah.
Remember to put on the seatbelt and don't touch any buttons. It's on autopilot.
Thanks, Otto. And Penelope climbs up. Iker, what do you want to do?
Can I walk off into the woods real quick, and then can I play off of what I sent you? But not to the degree of what I was wanting it to be, but to a more subtle degree.
What was it that you sent me?
The little recon slime.
Oh yeah.
I can like, so I go and I put my hand on the ground and everything, and from all around the forest and in the neighboring fields and everything, these little blood minions come and everything, and then I look at them and go, it seems we might have a problem. And then I just take all the blood and walk back to the camp.
All right. Otto, your mech goes, and the mech starts to slowly walk. We're going to do a little bit of a time skip. Actually, we're going to take a break. We're going to take 5. We have probably another hour or so of the session, and then we'll be done for the night. So we have one more hour, about obviously depending on roleplay. But yeah, so take 5, go piss, go get snacks, and then be back here in 5. Yes.
So August,
Spike.
question real quick.
Yeah.
Now, since I've brought all of these slimes from reconning back, does Iker know?
I'd say you picked up a little bit about what Mari said, but you know she's definitely talking to someone outside of the party, but you're not quite sure who. But she's definitely talking to someone else, and so that's a little bit of a raise of suspicion, but you don't know that it's Mallory. You just know she's talking to someone else. All right, everyone go take 5. Be back here in 5 minutes, and then we'll wrap up, do the last hour of the session. All right, see you guys.
All right.
Oh, okay.
Iker be doing grimy stuff.
Dude,
Iker's-
Mari's doing stuff.
Well, because it's like I wanted to,
answer my goddamn message.
like those my little recon slimes and everything were all over the camp and fields and everything. So I mean that's why I asked him.
I love that. I love it so
I
much.
wanted to make it to where like you notice over in the field wherever there was a little blob with a big ear just listening in on your conversation.
That's fun. No, but like, bro, I love my character because like everything that y'all know as players is not true.
But see, now Iker has that rise of suspicion that there's something a little bit more to your character.
Dude, like.
So wait, and that could build tension between our characters because it's like Iker's gonna try to figure out what's going on and he's gonna be more observant over you.
Oh my god, and you could be like, oh my god, new ring? She now has that ring that's the haunts. Oh my god, fucking pen. Dude, but man, this session's good. August is an amazing storyteller. Love it.
Yeah, after Keegan leaves, I'm going to be fleshing out my campaign and everything.
I'm excited. I'm excited for my character.
Because this thing is like, I've got an idea that I've taken from Keegan about how like the thing starts, but I'm wanting to make it music based, and I want all of the characters to have a specific instrument that they play.
Oh, yes.
And see, when they have a specific instrument that they play and everything, and I'm thinking quite possibly there's because like for me, I used to be really, really insecure on my singing, and I would like for the main villain to have that as like his backstory, and he fights with singing and everything, and how he sings is the notes that come out and stuff, and would attack and everything.
Oh, I love that. I love how also before, like, I wanted to use this character, like, he's a musician.
Mm-hmm.
So, man, but he plays the violin. Or the fiddle, I don't know, I'm still thinking.
Per era, I think it would be probably better to do violin because like the instruments of that era, I think of like at least Valteria is like the lute. Like if you're gonna play a guitar, it'll be a lute. If you're gonna play the say fiddle, it'll be like a violin.
Oh, hold on, I think. One second. Yeah, like the first guitar was made in the 14th century.
Mm-hmm.
So there wasn't like I think honestly any instrument would work. Like we have fucking mech suits in this campaign.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, but I mean, I don't mean like have like an electric guitar or anything.
oh yeah.
Alrighty, I'm back.
August,
Have
answer
Otto make you one.
message.
Okay.
Yo, wait, hold
Yeah,
up.
August.
August. Speaking of my campaign, do you want to participate? It's gonna be you fight with music and stuff, and it's gonna be like this weird vampire slash story. It's gonna be like it'll be my portion of the campaign.
Yeah. I would love to join. Only problem is I don't think I'll have time to be a player for D&D. But I would
this
love
is gonna be
to
later
spectate.
on. This is like well after Keegan. This is like well after Keegan is left, though.
Oh, okay.
Like, this isn't-
Maybe I don't know. It's just like I'm doing a lot of stuff
like I
with
plan
all
on
the.
starting up in August.
Yeah, I'm planning on doing a lot of stuff with the OTAC stuff. So I don't know if I'll have time to play as a character, but I would love to
Okay.
But it
spectate.
also would give you a chance to take a break
Back.
from DMing.
That's true.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
August.
true, but I don't know.
But see, like, 'cause I want to see how you play as a character.
God, okay, me as a character in my own world, it's gonna be
Yeah.
crazy. Also,
And see, like,
also Spike, if you want to do vampire stuff, that's actually very interesting because vampires haven't been introduced yet into OTACs,
mhm.
so we can maybe write some lore on that. That'd be fun.
Oh, yeah.
If you want to do
But see,
that.
but like,
God, be-
but then you have like sound and music is gonna be taken into play as
Oh,
well
that'd be cool.
because like the people are gonna be able to fight with music and stuff. And
Hell
it's
yeah.
like, I don't know how I'm gonna portray it.
Yeah.
But,
Well, here's the thing. So obviously, Godblood and Meeting of Worlds are going to be going for pretty much as long as Pirates, so like about a year. And I may be starting another campaign with some other friends, so I genuinely don't know if I'll have time. Again, I'll let you know when it's closer to the date if I can join.
Okay.
But if not, I still would love to spectate. You know, I mean, I gotta listen in on, you know, another campaign happening in OTAX. So like, you know, I gotta see.
Only natural.
And it's like
It's
the
only
thing that I
natural.
want to do is that
Yeah.
these characters are drawn together like the way I've got it portrayed, and it's they've got like a weird music note birthmark, and all of them are different. But
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Oh my god, JoJo?
JoJo?
JoJo Bizarre Adventure?
that would be kind of cool, and like have like a Dio type villain and everything.
Yeah, and actually, it would be interesting if there was an OTAX campaign where it's not the Valterians. It's
Yeah,
just
like 'cause
another.
I didn't plan on having Valkyrians as the enemy in this.
Yeah, just you know, other there are other evils in the world, so it'd be cool to explore the other villains that exist in OTAX. So yeah, I'll see. but it's maybe no. But if I can't join, I'm definitely gonna spectate some sessions for sure.
Gotcha.
But yeah.
But I think I'm going to run it as a party of 5 or 6 is the
Hell yeah.
slots that are open.
Yeah.
I know that Lee has got one, so basically there's 5 left.
Yeah. Excellent. Yeah. And yeah, it'll be interesting. I'm actually gonna probably make Otak's lore videos on my YouTube, so you can watch them, so you know the context of everything. So.
Ooh,
when
and
you're-
then could
yeah.
I do the vampire lore stuff, like narrate the vampire lore stuff?
Yeah, there's
That'd be
like a few things I have with vampire stuff that I'll text you, but then after that you can kind of do whatever you want with it. Okay. You know what, Spike? I'll give you full freedom to write vampire lore, up into what I have. So yeah.
Okay.
you
Sweet.
can yeah. I'm giving you that power. All right. Are we all back? Are we all ready to go? Period.
Also,
All right.
Spike, I would like to join if possible.
Sweet. All right, guys.
I'm down.
Let's us continue with the last part of today's session. So, you guys have been traveling on the road. Lenore has been pointing you, Otto, in the direction to get to a dock to take you all to Vandrel. Mari and Nolai are the only two that know anything about Vandrel. Obviously, some of you were in the Pirates campaign, so technically you know, but also you don't. So, Vandrel, from what Lenore, Mari, and Nolai tell you, mainly Lenore, because Mari never talks, and Nolai's very to herself. Vandrel is one of the 3 major Valterian cities. It has been completely converted into a bastion of war, and it is where originally the attacks took place or were carried out to the battles of Edia during the Pirate Wars. It has been struck a little bit of a blow, losing one of the Dragon Fangs, but apparently its strength has more than doubled after Vanessa, as Mallory and Dusk have taken control of Vandrel. And so it has become even more of a stronghold, even more of a bastion, and now the cult of evolution is there now. So, quite a dangerous city with a lot of history, but that is where you all need to go. And Otto, as you arrive at the docks of Stone Point, you guys are back at Stone Point. There is a dock there. You guys can see that there are a couple ships that are ferrying people across the sea. Stone Point is under Valterian control, so the boats will take you to Valterian cities. As you guys get off and walk towards the docks, you can see there is a dock master sitting at a booth. Who wants to walk up and talk to the dock master?
I would.
Me.
Iker and Otto, you guys can both go do it.
Okay.
I will stand on Icar's shoulder.
All right.
Yeah.
The party watches as Iker and Otto both merrily walk over to the dockmaster. This can only end well. The dockmaster looks up. He's a middle-aged human man with messy brown hair, and he looks up and he goes, "Hello, what can I help you all with?"
Greetings, middle-aged human man with messy brown hair.
Yes, little goblin man whose age I am not sure of. What can I help you all with?
We would like transportation.
What you said?
Of course. Where would you like to be headed?
Vandrel?
Vandrel. Yeah, Vandrel.
Yeah, Vandrel, sir.
Vandrel. Valterian territory. You all have your passports, right? Your certificates?
I take and form a little blood minion, and he like pulls out of my makeshift wallet, and he like sits it on it. I put the little blood minion on the desk, and it like slowly crawls and hands him the information.
The dock worker looks at it and says, "Sir, this is a piece of paper with random scrawlings. Mari, you have a passport."
Yeah.
You
and-
do. You could. I mean, if you don't want to help them, then like by all means.
I don't know. They need to ask for help, maybe. I'm not gonna step in.
I look. Oh! I look over at Mari. Could you please provide a passport?
Sorry, everyone, but I need a certificate of approval to let you all into Vandrel.
say crime.
Nolai's gonna look over at Mari and just kind of be like, understand that ignorance sounds to you, but it would be appreciated.
Mari's gonna walk up and slide her passport over to the man, and
Can
then she's going to grab a piece of paper and and cast minor illusion on it to look like a certificate.
Okay.
Okay, I take the paper from Mari and everything, and glance down and go, "New ring, huh?" And then I hand the paper to the portmaster.
All right.
Ooh, interesting.
Sorry. So he looks at the certificate. All right, let's see here. Oh, did the music stop?
Yeah.
Okay, give me 1 second. I need to cue some more music. Oh wait, no, never mind. There is still music playing. Never mind. My bad.
Sure.
Yeah, it's just a little quiet right now. Yeah. All right. The man looks down at the paper. All right, let's see here. Mari Gehenna. All right. Elf. Spouse. Pilar. Is Pilar here? The man says, looking up. Pilar raises his hand. Yes, I am here. The man looks over at Pilar and just nods and goes, all right. Alright, says here, this is good until this. Alright, everything checks out. You guys are free to head onto that boat. The man points over at a rather large ship. Trip to Vandrel will maybe be about 4 to 5 days, depending on the weather. Do you guys have any luggage or any carry-on items?
I take and disintegrate the blood minion and on top of him, and I go, "Nope, I have my things."
Alrighty.
Does something have to be to consist of luggage and not crew?
Well, there is a carry weight limit. What exactly is it that you're taking?
Emotional support mech.
The man looks over at the rather large robot behind Otto. Do you know how much that thing weighs?
How much is your weight limit?
Well, it's usually only measured by, like, luggage and small cargo, but I don't think we have a thing for mechs. Is it under 400 pounds?
Just say yes. Just say yes.
Yes.
The mech is under 400 pounds.
Yes.
It's made of aluminum. It's made of aluminum and tin. It's not heavy metal.
I made it out of pickle barrels.
Right. Well, then it should all check out, as long as you don't have anything else that you're bringing.
Does anyone else have any luggage?
Don't we have? Wait. So like.
Oh no. This is just for Otto. As long as Otto doesn't have anything else that he's bringing.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, but isn't there a human in that mech currently, making it a little bit heavier?
Penelope wakes up and she goes, "Are we there yet?" Right. Well, it should be fine. It's a big ship. All right. You all can get on. All right. I'll have you onto the ship. Oh yes. One more thing. So, Miss Mari, looking at this certificate, it's actually pretty high quality, which means that this ride will be free, so no gold required. You just have to get it stamped at the other dockmaster in Vandrel.
Thank you.
No worries. Remember, get it stamped.
Yes, sir.
All right. You all start to get onto the ship. Junifer, Bon, Nolai, Iker, Penelope, Mari, Pilar, Otto, and then Otto's mech starts to walk onto the ship, and immediately the ship tips a little bit. But then as the mech walks into the center of the ship, the gravity kind of centers out, and the ship stabilizes again. You can see some of the other passengers just looking a little strangely at your guys' group and the giant robot.
Or see good things coming from this.
At this, the sails drop, revealing the Valterian symbol of the dragon swallowing the sword, and the bell to ring off the dockmaster rings, and the ship drifts off. and begins to sail towards Vandrel. If there's anything you guys want to do on the ship, if not, we'll continue right on to Vandrel.
Is there any way that I could have privacy on the ship, or
Yes,
is that like impossible?
there's plenty of room to have privacy.
Also, can I take and plant my minions all over the boat again? Because I want to go talk to the captain.
Roll me a stealth check.
$18.
All right.
With that.
You have hidden a few around. All right. Mari.
Mm-hmm.
You have found a nice secluded space near the bottom of the ship. What would you like to do?
I would like to look around and see if there's anything out of the ordinary.
Roll me a perception check.
Gladly. Where
Just have her
the
spot a
fuck is
minion.
my D20? Oh, there it is. Alright, that's a 24.
Mari, as you're looking around, you see a little blood minion, like, scurrying around the barrels that you're by, and it kind of stops for a second, like a cockroach, and just kind of looks up at you.
Okay, I'm gonna go over to it, like, crouch down, like with my hands down, like, you know, some little evil witch. And I'm gonna whisper into it, I know what you're doing.
And then, like...
And I'm gonna smash it.
Wait, hold on. Before that happens, I wanted it to be like a, right before it smashes and everything, it turns into, like, the Iker Giga Chad face and go, really? And then just die.
Alright. Mari, you stomp on the little blood minion, and now you can do your thing in complete privacy.
Yas. Okay, so I want to talk to Sedar, so I guess I need to summon my little guy.
Yeah. Alright. Again, the vomiting up the weird snake creature, happens, and it's just, oh god, it's just horrific.
I love it. Oh my god, slay!
My god. So, Visca, is in front of you again, and he goes, "What is it you require, Master Mari?"
So, I need to send a message to Sidar and try to be as quick as you can, because I believe this is quite serious.
Understood. Would you like to talk to him directly?
That would definitely be preferred.
Understood. And at this, Visca's eyes kind of glaze over a little bit, and a different voice comes out of Visca's mouth. What is it that you need, Mari?
So, clearly I am just some helpless pawn in your journey, but I think there might be a problem.
And what problem is that?
I was just informed on some information about Mallory. You remember Mallory, that whiny, scrawny child?
Oh yes, the one that thinks that he's the master of all magic or whatever. Yes, what is it about the little whelp?
The one who overcompensates for, well, you know. But, I was just informed that he has the ability to take magic. And, I mean, if you know, little me, if I were to continue doing your bidding, I think I should know what to do about that and how to avoid it. Or destroy it.
Sidar kind of chuckles to himself. Well, Mari, if Mallory is able to take your powers, which I highly doubt he could given your efficiency, But if he does, well, firstly, he'd only be taking the powers I've given you, so really I wouldn't suffer at all. So you best hope that your best intuition is first. However, if Malloy was to take your magic, I could perhaps assist you. Of course, you have control over the familiars, but I am the one who gifted them to you, so they could work as a failsafe to protect you from Mallory. But, that being said, Mari, and Sidar's voice kind of gets a little closer, the only magic he'll be stealing is the magic I've given you. So my best piece of advice is to not get caught.
Another thing. With a individual like Mallory, how much is his soul worth to you?
Oh, a dragon fang of Valteria that can take the magic from others. He would be a very, very valuable soul. What are you getting at?
Well, I don't know, if you were to lend me an ability to, I don't know, either duplicate his power or decrease its successfulness, I could maybe get his soul for you.
Sidar sighs. That is an interesting offer, and I would definitely take it if I could. Unfortunately, I don't know how Mallory has that power. It's magic that not even I have seen before. Perhaps it came from one of the other gods, or something else.
Did you just hear my dog? Girl,
Yeah.
lay down. Sorry.
But all I can say to you, Mari, is if you are able to get me Mallory's soul, well, I may have to reconsider Halgrim's position, now wouldn't I?
Indeed.
Oh, and one more thing before I leave, Mari. I can sense that you're on the path to find Pilar's next soul piece. Again, impressive. But I must warn you, your competition is close. And I have a feeling that he will not be so eager for you to get closer with me. Now, that being said, if you do eventually run into him, my true champion, please be nice to him. I spent a lot of time working on him. And who knows? Maybe he can even help you find another piece of your despicable husband.
I'll try to play kind.
Oh, I know you're so good at that, Mari.
But I will say that may the strongest magic user win.
I assure you, Halgrim is no pushover. Anything else?
That's all. It was lovely talking to you again.
Of course, Mari. I wish you much success in your mission to rebuild your husband, Sidar says, and his voice slowly fades from Visca. Is that everything, Master?
Let me talk to Mallory.
Very well. Visca's eyes glaze over once more, and another voice speaks from Visca. Yes? What is it, Mari?
I just wanted to give you a little update on this little errand you have me running on. your packages should be arriving pretty soon.
Most excellent. I actually have a question for you, Mari. Is that bounty hunter
Yes.
Lenore with you all?
Mm-hmm.
Ah.
Uh, I'm not quite sure. I mean she's on the same ship as us, but I can't quite tell her motive.
I see. Mallory says. I just wanted to ask where she is. He seems a little bitter at this. Very well. When you bring Junifer and Penelope to Vandrel, obviously I feel like people are going to want to take a look inside the church, their main headquarters. You will help push them along, and I'll take it from there.
I'll try my hardest.
Good. Oh, and another thing, Mari. I have a feeling, a guess, that you're looking for something too. Now, I know that your contract is mainly about money, but perhaps I could help you out with finding your little pieces, he says.
Mari sneers a little bit. She's like, fuck, how did this bitch find out? But, sure. I mean, that would be greatly appreciated.
Of course. Just, you're doing so much for me, I think it's the least I can do, Mallory says. Anything else, Mari?
That would be all.
Perfect. I'll see you soon, darling.
You too.
Mallory's voice leaves. Anything else, Master?
No, but... God, he sounds as infant style as he always does, doesn't he?
Yes, both of them are quite, unbearable.
Yeah, I've had to deal with Sidar since I was a child. And Mallory... Ugh.
Makes you really appreciate the small things in life, I say.
Sure. Anyway, you're good to go.
Perfect. Mari, you open your mouth, and again, Visca does the go. Yep, it does that. Alright. Mari, you get up, you dust yourself off, and you start to walk up the stairs back to the rest of the party. And as you're doing so, you can see Icarus kind of sitting against the wall with his arms crossed, just kind of looking down. Icar, if you want to ask Mari that question.
Have a fun chat.
How did you know?
Well, there's a lot more of those around than you think there are. And I'm always listening.
I will say, Icar, you didn't hear what Mari said, but you know that she destroyed your thing to talk to someone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also, so I don't know. No, like I don't know what they said. That's why I said, "How was the chat?"
Oh, I see. I get you. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was quite frustrating, but it's not. Things are not what you think they are. And I swear, Icar, if you get in the way of my end goal, I will do to you the same that I did to your little thing. You hear me?
I promised that I would give up a bigger fight than that little minion. And you can guarantee that.
Sure.
Because you are probably relying on others. And to falter in either direction would be a wrong thing for you. Because
Me?
when
Relying
you
on
do falter,
others? Isn't that where
when you
you
do
get your magic?
falter, no, not technically, but somehow. But know that if you do falter, I won't be the only one you'll have to go up against.
Noted.
All right.
Mari's
Oh
gonna
my
like
God.
turn heel.
So good.
She's gonna turn heel, start walking away, look back at Iker, and just shoot him like a slight smile.
What a
And then
woman.
Iker goes. And then I guess Iker goes up to Penelope and is like, "Hey, are you okay with this boat ride and everything? You look a little green."
I'm fine, she says. She kind of like, I just haven't really been on ships that much. Is everything cool between you and Mari?
Yeah, we were just having a conversation.
Right. Just want to make sure that things are nice and good, you know, with where we're going. I think trust is a thing we may need.
I agree, very much so, and I feel like that I need to build trust with that one just a little bit more.
Right. She just seems a little, mean? Are people just mean by nature? Because she just seems like someone who's just mean by nature.
Some of them are, but some people will do things for things they need, or things they want.
I guess
Everyone's
so.
got their own agenda, so everyone's going to work towards whatever they have to do to complete that agenda, even me.
You're right about that. Well, alright. Well, it was, good catching up. I think I'm gonna go, vomit off the side of the ship now.
Okay. I
All
take
right.
and like hold her hair back as she's just throwing up viciously.
Alright. I think that'll end our little boat excursion. So,
Mhm.
the days go by until finally you all arrive at the port of the city of Vandrel. Vandrel is a massive city. It has a gothic theme to it. Its walls are tall and spiky, made out of this blackened grayish stone. You can see this large, sinister keep in the background called Shadow Keep, where you assume that the church is making their plans. You can see that Aetherfall, the continent that Vandrel is in, is very misty with large pine forests and water crashing against the shores. As you all arrive to the docks of Vandrel, you can see multiple Valterian warships, some loading on with new Valterian soldiers. You all get off the ship. The mech almost makes the ship drown, but it gets on the dock. And you all begin to walk to the next dockmaster so Mari can get her stamp of approval. You all walk into a very small, confined little dock house. Mari, you're the first one in with your papers ready to get stamped. And you can see an old woman at the table. She looks ancient.
Lovely. Mari's just gonna,
She looks up.
head on over to her.
Hello, dearie. Can I help you?
Hello. We just, arrived on the ship outside. I need you to stamp these.
The lady looks at it. She takes a longer look at it. She adjusts her glasses. Let's see here. Mari. No. Mari. Gehenna. Did I pronounce that right?
Yes, ma'am, you did.
Right. And she looks under and she starts shuffling through the papers in her drawer. And then she looks back at the paper. And then she goes back to ruffling the pages under the drawer. She looks back. Alrighty, let me get a stamp. She slowly gets up out of her chair. She walks over to a side table. She looks at one stamp. No, too dry. She looks at another stamp. She walks back. She looks another. She takes another look at your paper. Alrighty. And There you are, dearie.
Thank you kindly.
Enjoy your visit to Vandrel.
Mm-hmm. Rory's screaming inside because she does not have the fucking patience for this.
I hope, oh man, I hope that one of you remembered this is the same lady that checked in the pirate crew to Vandrel.
I remembered.
Yeah, you remember
Trin. That.
Yeah, it's the exact same lady.
That made me smile.
All right. The lady waves you all out as you all leave. Lenore walks up. All right. Arya's place is a little bit out, so maybe we should take a pit stop in Vandrel for the night. Just stay away from Shadowkeep. Place is crawling with elites.
Elites, you say?
Yeah, Valterian elites. They're the ones that have the dragon helmets and the more exquisite plate. They're the best of the best.
I see. And Iker just like smiles, like very Venice, like a villain. I see.
Right, Lenore says, and she's just like, I'll lead the way. You all enter into the city of Vandrel, and it is bustling and alive with people. Immediately as you guys walk in, there is a large statue of a black dragon. Its wings are large and unfurled with a horrible snarl on its face as it overlooks and looms over the entrance to Vandrel. As you guys walk in, so anywhere you guys particularly want to go?
Shadowkeep.
Okay. Okay. All right. Anyone else want to go anywhere? Or you guys just want to...
Okay. So what's around? I'm really interested in what Lenore is doing.
Lenore is going to kind of just like... She's just like, I'm going to go get a drink. And she's going to go to the tavern.
Okay. Where is the child?
Bon is still with you guys.
Okay. Should we let the Altarian go alone?
I mean, if you want to follow her, no lie.
I guess I'll follow. I will take the child with me.
All right, Nolai and Lenore are heading to the bar. Mari, Junifer, where do you guys want to go? You'll go with Nolai? All right, Junifer, where do you want to go?
I'd probably go with Nolai too, because she has a kid.
All right.
Bet. Oh my god, just the girls. I love it.
So all the girl bosses are gonna go to the bar, and then the two men are gonna go to Shadowkeep. All right. We'll start off with the people at the bar, and then we'll go to Iker and Otto.
August, read my message.
Oh my god, okay.
Thank you so much.
So, yeah. Alright, maybe we'll do that next session, because I think that'll be a pretty good moment. But,
Okay.
yeah, we'll do it next
August,
session.
and then can you check my...
Oh my god, okay. I may have to actually edit this video because there's so much like inside stuff I'm talking with all you guys that I may have to like just put like a black slab on the entire session so none of you guys see spoilers.
Oh my god, yeah.
But yeah, I wanna do that.
I'm like
Please
flipping
let me
from
do
person
this.
to person. They're like, "Can I do this with my backstory?" And I'm like, "Okay, I need to like put a black screen over this entire episode so no one can see all the spoilers." All right. Anyways, let's go with the girl bosses and Bond to the bar. All right, so you all arrive at the tavern. If I was a smart DM, I would have saved the name of this tavern from pirates, but I didn't, so I'm just gonna call it the Leaky Tap. Because I can't go all the way back. All right, you guys enter into the Leaky Tap, and it is moderately busy. You can see that there is a half-orc bartender. And he sees you all come in, and he goes, "Oi, welcome in. Grab a seat. Child cannot have alcohol, but he can stay in." Lenore
Fine with me.
Lenore just looks behind, and she's kind of shocked to see you all there as well, and she just goes, should we grab a table? Okay. Lenore walks over to a round table, and you all join her as you all sit around. The half-orc bartender walks over and says, so, what do you all be drinking tonight?
I'll have the strongest thing you have.
All right, Phoenix Fire Whiskey. What about you, ma'am? He looks over at Junifer.
I'll just take an ale.
An ale? For you, ma'am? Looks at Nolai.
I was just gonna gesture over to Mari and say, I'll have whatever she said.
All right, I'll bring you guys a bottle. What about for you, ma'am? Looks at Lenore. I'll take your strongest vodka. All right. Walks back, comes back out. All right, bottle of Phoenix Fire Whiskey for you two. Puts it down between Mari and Nolai. An ale for you. Puts it down next to Junifer. And Black Dragon vodka for you. Puts it in front of Lenore. She nods. And here's a water for the kid. Puts the water next to Bon. Lenore looks at you all, and then she just kind of uncorks the bottle, and then she pours it into a glass, and she just says, you know, didn't think I would be back here so soon. She takes a sip. So, is there a reason why you guys came with me here?
Well,
Basically, we don't trust you.
Well,
no.
figure out that much.
I, for one, didn't want to be with Dumbass 1 and Dumbass 2.
They seem fine enough to me, Lenore says.
Especially the redhead one.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's something, not right about that, Lenore says. But, best keep that to myself. She takes another sip.
No, I happen to agree. Something almost sinister.
Do you guys know if he was an experiment for the church?
From what I've heard and seen, I'm assuming yes.
Right, yeah, you don't have to tell me, but do you guys know whose blood he has in him?
Anyone see the bottle?
I
really don't remember.
Does anybody know?
Penelope saw the bottle, and actually, I think Pilar saw it as well, and Pilar's with Mari. So Pilar speaks up. Yes, I saw whose name was on the bottle. You all look over at Pilar, and Lenore's just like, and yeah, it was name was Sartosa, and at this Lenore goes, and she spits her drink onto the table, and she just covers her mouth, and she just goes, I'm sorry, what? Well, name on the bottle said Sartosa, and that's what I saw when Iker picked it up.
Sartosa as in, succubus demon?
As in succubus demon Sartosa, Lenore says. And she's just kind of deadpan looking at the table. And she grabs the bottle and she pours herself another drink and she just shotguns it.
Lenore, are you spawn of Sartosa?
Lenore is like lockjawed at this statement. Yes. I am one of Sartosa's, or was one of her succubi. One of 3 daughters that were bred to do her bidding. There was me, there was my sister Arya, and my other sister Sasha. She pours herself another drink.
Oh, wait.
What was that, Junifer? Sorry, you cut out.
Wait, out of character. So her mom just pimped her out?
Yeah. Sartosa's not a great person.
No, she's not.
Not at all. Pirate squad can definitely vouch for that.
So sad.
Yeah. I was one of the succubi. So was, well, Arya never really was. She had, other goals. Lenore says.
So,
Doesn't sound stressful at all.
so Iker
sorry.
has your mom's blood in you, wait, in him?
I guess so. And if that's the case, that's, not good, Lenore says. You see, our mom was a cruel, cruel woman. She only saw us as tools to do her bidding. Arya saw things clearly sooner than me or Sasha could. I don't think Sasha ever saw clearly at all in the end. Arya, left. She, just decided one day she wasn't going to take any more of it, and she left to Edia. And honestly, I wish I came with her, but I don't know, I was still so caught up in shitty loyalties. Look, you all aren't wrong. I was a Valterian for much longer than I'm leading on. I used to work for the Dragon Fang Vanessa. About a year ago. It was not my decision. Mom signed a contract with the Valterians that we'd work for them in exchange for Arya's safe return. And so I was given Valterian armor, given a Valterian contract, and put under the rule of the now deceased 5th Dragon Fang, Vanessa. And I was to do everything she said in every single order. And so I went to Edia. And I killed a lot of people, Lenore says. And you can see a tear kind of like forms in the corner of her eyes. I didn't want to do it, but I thought it meant getting Arya back, so I kept doing it. But every single time I killed another person, Arya got further and further away. And Mom got more and more angry. So I had to keep doing what her or Vanessa asked. Yeah. Lenore pours herself another drink.
Mari is going to lean over the table and wipe her tear away with her hand. And she's gonna say, look, the past is the past, and people do stupid things for what they believe in. I know I can't, take any of your pain away, but just know that whatever happened in the past can stay there. Whatever you do now is important.
Lenore looks up. Thanks, Mari. There is a thing I've been kind of dancing around with you guys. When you guys do take Bon home, I don't think I can be the one who gives him back to Arya. I think it has to be one of you guys. I don't think she wants to see me, Lenore says. I don't think she ever wants to see me again, Lenore says. Look, I mean, we can say forgiveness and forget, but like, I did things back then. I did horrible things back then. Arya saw the worst of me, and even in the end when I tried to make things right, I just don't know if I could look at her, Lenore says. What was that, Trin? You cut out, sorry.
Oh, sorry. I said, does she believe that you're dead?
Yes. She still thinks I'm dead. And maybe it's best if it stays that way.
I would disagree.
Look, she's happy with Bon and Lisa and Luna. She doesn't really...
You spent your quote-unquote final moments protecting her and protecting the people she was with. If that's the case, why would she look at you with any kind of distaste? Played your part as her family, did you not?
Lenore just kind of like bites her hand, and you guys hear her mutter under her breath. And this is like completely out of left field, and you can see another tear forming in her eye. And she doesn't even seem to be talking to any of you, just to herself. She just goes, "It's my fault Burley died."
Pain.
She pours
Pain is
another
all
drink.
I know, August. Why are you like this?
Listen, if she believes that she's the only part of her family that is still alive, correct?
As far as I know, it's just me and Arya left. Sasha died during the war.
Well, I think it's more, how do I say this? I think it's more cruel to let her continue to believe that she's the only one left. Clearly, I mean, y'all shared an incredible bond. And I wouldn't let that dissipate just because you're scared. I know
Lenore.
it's hard and intimidating, but I mean, you don't know what can happen until you try.
Lenore looks up and nods. Junifer, Nolai, Mari, I thank you all for this. Yeah, I think I could scrounge up the courage to say hi, at least. I don't know, I'm drunk, she says, as she kind of like wobbles the bottle around. Look, I just want to be free. And Arya's free. And I think if I could do everything in my power to make sure it stays that way, I will. Anyways, Lenore gets up. I'm gonna go take a walk. I need my head to clear up a little bit. You all should watch Bon. And Lenore turns around and she starts to walk towards the door. Anything you guys want to say to each other?
I think Nola's just gonna drink after that.
Yeah, alright. Y'all just take a nice long sip.
Just like, shit.
Bon is just sipping his water and he just murmurs, "You know, I don't think Arya would be mad at all if she saw Lenore. Mom used to tell us great stories about her adventures as a pirate. And in all those stories, there was always that heroic big sister. So I think she'll be quite happy."
I think
Bon
it'll be good for them both.
drinks some more water. All right, Junifer, Amari, no lie, that'll be the end of your little role play. We're gonna go on to the two dipshits going over to fucking Shadow Keep. Iker, Otto, unmute yourselves.
Dipshits.
All right,
Dipshits.
you two are walking through the streets of Vandrel, and the music just fucking stopped. God damn it! Hold on.
This is the perfect opportunity to play dipshit appropriate music.
I just play man, I don't have any jokey play. Okay, anyway, sorry. Enough bullshit.
Play the fucking hey.
Yeah. Okay. Otto and Iker, you guys are walking through the streets. Oh, and Penelope's actually nowhere to be seen. Penelope is actually with you guys. Yeah, we'll have Penelope with you guys. So 3 dipshits going to Shadow Keep.
Yeah.
All right.
Dipshits and dipshit.
Because having an NPC helps roll things along. So, you guys are walking through the city. As you guys approach Shadow Keep, you guys see another large statue. And this one is much more gruesome. You can see the statue of a heroic-looking woman. She has mid-length hair. She's wearing Dragon Fang Valterian plate with a long sword. And you can see that she has her fist held high in the air in triumph. Otto, Iker, as you guys walk closer, you can see the plaque. And it says, in honorable memory of Vanessa Winters, the 5th Dragon Fang.
I don't know who she was.
Penelope.
I don't know. I get a weird feeling about that one.
Oh, because
Yeah.
Penelope looks up and kind of like takes a step back to look at the statue of Vanessa and just goes, "You know, it's odd to me how young all the Dragon Fangs are. Does that seem a little weird to you guys?"
I don't know. Child soldiers are pretty normal in Valteria.
I don't know, and it's like they're all so strong too. It's like were they created?
Penelope just kind of like tilts her head. I don't know. She looks sad. Penelope says. But never mind. She continues to walk forward. Do you two follow?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, sure, why not?
All right.
We're already in deep shit.
Penelope turns to you guys and says, "So is there a reason why we're going to Shadow Keep, or are we trying to get killed?"
A bit of both.
A bit of both, but I feel drawn to something, and I'm waiting to see what it is.
And we shouldn't wait for the rest of the party because...
They seem like
Because
they're having fun. They're getting drunk.
they're needing to give it to rest. Let's go look at what I'm looking for.
I mean, I have no idea what I'm going for, but I know I can.
Penelope's just like, "I got a bad feeling about this." As you guys walk up to Shadow Keep, you can see it looming off in the distance. It is a majestic keep. I said that very funny. It's a majestic keep. It has these long spiraling towers and this large iron fence kind of blocking out any of the commoners. You can see that there's like a stagecoach outside, and you can see a lot of Valterian elites. Valterian soldiers in full plates with that draconic decor on their armor, and of course they're wearing the iconic dragon helmets. All standing there silently holding their weapons.
Well,
We go up to the entrance.
You walk up.
They give tours of the place.
You walk up to the entrance, and the two the two Valterian elites, just take their halberds and just like make that X motion to like block you guys entering. They don't say a word.
Evening, gents.
Hello. Would we possibly be able to speak to your leader?
The Valterian elites don't say anything. They just keep their halberds in that X position.
I'm looking to.
May have been a bad idea, Iker.
I'm looking to buy something, and then I take and literally turn around to the Valterian elites and pull up the back of my shirt, showing them what my back looks like.
The tree.
Mm-hmm.
The Valterian elites see you do this. One of the Valterian elites picks its halberd up, again, not talking, and just turns, opens the gate, closes it so you guys can't go in, and walks towards the tower as the remaining elite just stands in front of the door and just like sets its halberd in the middle, blocking the door, waiting for the other elite to return. After a bit of waiting, you can see that the Valterian elite returns, and you can see there is a group of 6 cultists wearing the purple robes approaching you all. I don't know what you were thinking, Iker, but I told you the cult was in there. You showed them the cult symbol. I don't know what you were planning, but I mean, you have like.
No, I completely didn't. No. That flew way over my head because I thought it was just Valterians. I didn't.
Nope.
It was cult.
You have a moment. You have a moment. If you want to run and hide, you can run and hide if you want to.
I'm just gonna pat Iker on the back and start walking down the street. Later, guy.
Penelope's just gonna nod and be like, "See you around," and she walks down the other side street.
Oh no!
Iker, where are you going?
Oh, I don't know. I've got myself into something because I mean, like, if I'm to run, they're gonna get Otto and Penelope. Surely they're gonna catch up to us.
I'm gonna say they haven't seen you yet. They're like just coming out of the door, and you like see one of them.
Oh shit. What should I do? This is an interesting plot point for Iker. I think I'm gonna stay. I wanna see where this goes.
Okay. Penelope and Otto have both left you.
Running ability.
The cultists walk up to the gate, and the door swings open. The Valterian elites make way, and one of the cultists walk up. Hello, Iker. Back so soon.
Hello.
Are you here to rejoin the church?
Yes.
Very well. Right this way, then, please. The cultists turn around and expect you to walk with them.
I take and nick my finger against one of whatever sharp is on my armor and everything, and I make like a little blood minion and everything and have it try to scurry back to inform them of what I've done. Like, it's gonna reach the party and everything, and it's like I want it to be like to reach just like by decree. Just like it's gonna say what happened and everything.
Penelope,
say that I'm looking for something.
Penelope regroups with you, Otto, and she just goes, "What the fuck is he thinking?"
I don't know, but it seems to me like people just kind of walk up around that place, make bad decisions, and get killed quite often. This city seems to have a penchant
And it's
for it.
always Iker. It's always Iker. Oh my god. So what do? Do we go back for him? Do we go back to the party? Like, we're supposed to be here to get Bond back to his mom, not fight cultists again.
You know, I hear they have a wonderful cafe on this street.
Yeah, you know what, Otto? They probably do have a good cafe on the street. You know what? I'm done trying to babysit Iker. If he wants to go to the cult, he can go to the damn cult, Penelope says. Let's go get something to eat.
And then the
Yes,
little
of course.
blood minion. I want the blood minion to unite with them before I like continue on.
A little blood minion scurries in front of you, Otto, and Penelope. Iker, what does the blood minion say?
Take the news back to the group. I am infiltrating the cult again. I'm looking for something. And that's the only thing I wanted to say.
Penelope, like, face palms. Like, her hand just to her face, and she just goes, I have to go tell the rest of the group that he's back with the cult. I have to go tell the rest of the group that he's back. Okay, come on, Otto.
What are you doing?
We have to go tell the others that Icker's a fucking idiot. And Penelope starts walking down the street.
Oh, fine.
Penelope walks in. Penelope first finds Lenore walking, and tells Lenore to follow her. And Mari, Nolai, Junifer, you guys watch as Penelope, Otto, and Lenore walk into the bar. Penelope looks pissed. And Penelope never looks pissed, because Penelope's a very, like, cheerful girl, but she looks pissed off. She walks up, and she, like, slams her hand on the table, and she just goes, motherfucking Icker just walked into the fucking church. Again.
Damn. Well, here's the thing.
No, but like say this specifically that I'm looking for something.
He says that he's looking for something and he's infiltrating. I don't know. He's being a dumbass again.
He's almost gotten us killed once already.
But what I'm looking for has great importance, Queen.
Shush! Are you here? No.
Shut up.
No, but I want to point to Laurel. You're now a traitor to Valteria, and Penelope, they want you for some reason. I don't think it is a good idea.
Lenore shakes her head. No. Did he really go into Shadowkeep? Penelope nods. Yep. Lenore just goes, oh no. That place is very heavily guarded. In fact, the Dragonfangs do their war meetings there sometimes. So not only did Icker walk into the cult, he may have just walked into Mallory or Dusk.
He's on his own.
That is not.
Yeah, this seems like a him.
I didn't sign up to help with that.
August, text. Look at that, please.
At this, Pilar pipes up and just goes, Mari, maybe the next piece of me is in Shadowkeep.
Oh my god, is it? I swear to fucking god, Pilar.
Pilar just looks at the rest of you. And Penelope just goes, no. We came to Vandrel to get Bond back to his mom, not save Icker and find another piece of Pilar. Pilar.
I was only here for the kid.
Well, Penelope just kind of like looks over at Junifer. This was a bad decision coming here anyways. We're literally in the middle of Valterian territory, people who want to take our powers. So that's fine. Look, I don't know, guys. What do we do?
Unless we want to get ourselves killed, I don't think there's anything we can do.
So do we just leave Icker in there?
Yeah.
I mean, if that's an option, or we pretend to, like, turn in the wanted people. But
form a heist of sorts?
I mean, I guess, but even then, like, are we really going to risk our lives on this guy?
Look, Penelope says, look, when me and Icker were at the last location of the church, they didn't kill him. They just put him in a prison. So if I'm to carry on that same logic, they probably wouldn't execute him now. They'd probably just do the same thing. So maybe, Penelope turns and looks at Lenore, maybe your sister, she knows these parts. Maybe she could help us out. Lenore looks at the rest of the party. Look, I don't really know Icker, Lenore says, but I am not one to just leave people flapping in the wind. But we need to get Bon home. Arya's house isn't that far away. It's maybe just a couple hours of a walk. Maybe she could give us some amount of information?
What if that information doesn't help us?
Arya has a good way of getting people to talk, let's say. She could maybe know something.
Also, our first prerogative is the kid.
Exactly.
I agree.
He's got himself in that own situation. If he dies before then, that's on him. At least we're trying to help him.
Right. Well, we can go talk to Arya. If what you're saying is true, Penelope, then Iker won't die, and hopefully he's not too much of an idiot to get himself into even more trouble. So, let's go see Arya, Lenore says. And Bon can get the hell out of this situation, she says. So,
Okay, now does anything happen while I'm at Shadowkeep, or?
I'd say this will be a really good thing for next session because that'll give us a lot of meat. So we'll save the majority of that stuff for next session because we are gonna be we're gonna be wrapping it up. Are we gonna go see Arya? Yes.
Absolutely.
Are
Not even a question.
are you guys mentally prepared?
No, but yes, let's do it.
All right. Lenore leads the way. As you
wait,
all.
Otto has technical difficulties.
Otto, you can't miss the big moment. You can't miss the big moment, Sam.
He's to get his ass right back in here. Swear to God.
Literally. Oh, there he is. Okay.
It's too important
All right.
of a
Perfect.
moment.
Yeah, sorry guys.
No, you're all good. All right. You all leave Vandrel, and briskly walking, because your friend is currently with the church, start making way into the forest down a path. As you all are walking, you guys can see that after a little bit of time, you guys reach a small village with a couple locals. The locals look and kind of wave at Lenore, and Lenore just kind of sheepishly waves back and continues down the path, and she just goes, "Don't mind them," she says. As you guys, again, I'm skipping over a lot because it's just you guys walking for a few hours. You guys walk through the forest until finally you all arrive at a large clearing. There is a kind of cobbled together small manor in the middle of this field. It looks completely rebuilt with different types of scrap and kind of just jumbled together, but it looks rather cozy. There is a large flower bed in front of the house. And Lenore walks up and she just kind of goes, "Oh, she replanted all the flowers," she says. Lenore looks over to you guys and says, "So, am I knocking or are one of you knocking?"
Go ahead.
Right. Lenore walks up, you all behind her, and Lenore knocks on the door 3 times. The voice you hear is a rather pompous one, as you hear someone go, "Yes, yes, I'm coming." The door opens, and you can all see just like the sliver of like a dude with like purple skin, and he just goes, "Oh my God," and he closes the door. And Lenore just kind of stands there awkwardly, and you can hear the man shouting, "Halgrim! Halgrim, you mean want to come over here?"
You better fucking not, August.
Okay, everyone left for a second. I was really, I was like, oh God.
Dude, is that fucking Nim?
Made everyone. No. Okay, let me do my thing. Let me do my thing.
Oh my God, August!
No. Okay, everyone mute. Everyone mute.
Okay.
The door opens wide. You guys see a tall drow. He's wearing very regal clothing, and he has his hair all done up nicely. And you can also see another drow man. He looks very sleepy, and you can see he has like a scythe next to him, and he has shorter, kind of spiky white hair. Lenore looks really surprised, and she takes a step back. Hi, Halgrim, Ezekiel. Ezekiel and Halgrim look at each other, and then they look back at Lenore. And Ezekiel just goes, Arya? I think we have a situation. But no one comes. Halgrim kind of like puts his hand on his scythe, and Lenore just goes, I'm not here to fight, Halgrim. Not again. Here. And Lenore turns around and she points to Bon. I've brought him home. Halgrim takes his hand off his scythe and goes, God damn, Lenore, what the hell were you doing back there? And Lenore just sighs. Look, I was making stupid decisions, but opportunities have arisen for me to redeem myself. So, Look, we have a little bit of an issue. Also, sorry, these are my, friends. Ezekiel, Halgrim, this is, No Lie, Mari, Pilar, Otto, Junifer, and Penelope, she says as she points to each member of the party. Ezekiel and Halgrim look over. Huh, Ezekiel says. Quite a interesting group you got there. Halgrim walks closer to Lenore and says, Lenore, I don't think Arya knows that you're... I know. That's why I'm here, she says. Halgrim looks over. Right, well, rest of you are free to come in. Please, make yourselves at home. The rest of you walk into the house, and Mari, as you walk past, you see that Halgrim makes eye contact with you, and you see that his eyes kind of open wide with a little bit of realization, but then he immediately looks away from you.
Tea.
You all walk into the main hall. It's really homey. There's a couple like vases around, and there's some paintings, and no lie, you walk up to this really nice big painting, and you can see it's a painting of what looks like to be a pirate crew all together. And you can see that you can see who you're assuming is Arya, like a shorter tiefling woman, and she's surrounded by other crew members.
I'm effectively losing my mind right now, August.
Hey, August, you forgot to say, and also thick.
Thick. She is thick. She's got very large boobie.
The big mommy milkers.
Halgrim walks up to Arya and says, or sorry, not Arya. Halgrim walks up to Lenore and says, Lenore, look, Arya isn't in the best way. And Lenore looks at Halgrim. What do you mean? Halgrim just says, come on. Bond seems really happy to be home. As you guys are walking through the house, you enter a rather big play area, and you guys can see a little elven girl playing with some toys. And she looks up and she just goes, Bond? And Bond goes, Luna! And Bond runs over and hugs her sister. And she just goes, oh my god, you're home! And she just grabs onto Bond, and he's just like, yes, I am home. Is Lisa here? And Luna just kind of looks a little sad and shakes her head. And Bond's grin kind of falls. I see. Bond stands up and looks at the rest of the party. I think I'll hang out here. Want to catch up with my little sis. The rest of you walk over to a side bedroom. And you can see Ezekiel has a pitcher of water in his hand, and he just goes, look, she hasn't been great ever since we got here. But I'm sure she'll be happy to see you. Lenore nods, And she looks over at the rest of you, almost as like asking for a bit of a confidence boost.
Mari's gonna give like a really weak smile and a thumbs up.
Lenore takes a deep breath. And she opens the door. Sitting or laying in the bed is the tiefling woman that you all saw in the paintings, but she is much more gaunt and skeletal. And it looks like the life has slightly drained from her eyes a little bit. Lenore walks in and she sees this and her expression immediately like drops. Arya just looks up and she just goes, Lenore? Lenore just immediately walks over to Arya and sits next to her. And she just goes, it's me. Arya puts her hands on Lenore's and she just goes, how? Lenore just smiles and just says, I've been given a second chance. And I've brought Bon home. Arya gives a weak smile. Good. Very good. Lenore looks at Arya and says, Arya, what's happened to you? Arya's eyes start to close a little bit as she kind of fades off to sleep. Ezekiel walks up behind Lenore and says, it was Mallory. When he came and took Bon and Lisa, Lenore looks down. He took Arya's powers. Lenore stands up, kind of dusts herself off. Mallory took Arya's powers. Ezekiel and Halgrim nod. Is she gonna... Ezekiel shrugs. She seems fine. She's just... Well, she has no energy. She's barely gotten up. She can barely eat or drink. Ever since Mallory sapped her infernal arts, she's just been like this. Ezekiel gestures over to her. I see. I need a moment. And Lenore turns around and walks to the door. Ezekiel and Halgrim look over at the rest of you guys and just says, right. So what can we help you all with? And that's where we're going to end today's session.
I'll get stuck in a
But
fucking
we're ending with a cutscene. We're ending with the cutscene. Ending with the cutscene. We're ending with the cutscene. Ending with the cutscene. Here we go. We're going with the cutscene. Hope you guys are ready. Hope you guys are ready. All right, motherfuckers, mute. The scene opens up in the Valterian Dragonfang meeting room. However, it's just two people in the meeting room. Not even the queen is there. Mallory and Olania. Mallory is kind of like leaning against his throne. As you see, he's kind of like manipulating the wind around his body to kind of swirl around his hand. Impressive stuff, Mallory, Olania says as she walks in closer. So, you've gotten yourself a god champion. I have, Olania. Now my magic is stronger than ever. You know, that's not the only thing. Gaining a god's power has seemed to strengthen all my other magic as well. And at this, Mallory summons these shadow-like tendrils from below his feet, and they kind of stretch out to all sides of the room, dampening the lights. Olania looks around. Yes, I know all about you stealing one of my siblings' powers. That's not all, Mallory says. He gestures again, and a large blood wolf materializes around him, but it's much more skeletal, and you can see it has these large spikes kind of coming out of its back. That's new, Olania says. It is. Got it about a month ago. Malloy says as he looks at the blood wolf. Quite a handy little familiar, if you ask me. So, what's your next move? Olania says. Well, my next move was to meet up with Dusk, but they're busy right now. But when I see them again, I'll ask them if they can assist me with something. As for you, Olania sighs. I'm heading back to Durandar. Mallory nods, stands up straight. Have you seen Feors recently? I haven't seen him since our morning over Vanessa. Olania shakes her head. I haven't seen lick of that idiot, and frankly, I don't really want to see him after what he said about Vanessa. Mallory nods. Look, Elenia, I know that you and Vanessa were close, but I assure you this. I won't squander these new powers I'm getting. I'll ensure that glory comes to our people, and we get the vengeance that we deserve. Elenia nods. Thank you, Mallory. I appreciate it. Oh, one more thing, Olania says. My scouts have reported that there may be a god champion in Durandar. Champion of Tavares, god of the moon. I don't have any confirmed reports, but you may want to look into it with your little god hunt. Mallory nods. Yes, and if you have any information on the gods, champions, Penelope or Junifer, please let me know. Olania nods. Yes, Mallory. I wish you success in your endeavors. Mallory nods. Same to you, Olania. And the two walk off. That's where tonight's session is going to end.
August. August.
All right, August, I have to ask this. I have to know, did you expect anything to go into Shadowkeep whatsoever? Did you think that they were just going to go with the Arya stuff?
I thought you guys were just
Like,
going
did
to
you
go
have
with the Arya stuff, but now I gotta do
So
Shadowkeep shit.
Okay.